What's going on? I am Nando.
And I'm DJ.
No.
And I am Diggins.
And this is Mostly Nitpicking, a podcast where every week we pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the deals. Woo!
Oh, it hurts.
Oh, I was just kidding about that guy. I'm never going to do that again.
I forgot about that. That part was cool. We're going to talk this week. We're talking about in anticipation of the new Spider-Man movie that has a Punisher in it. Not this one, but like one that he potentially inspired the other one. We're going to be talking about 2004 Thomas Jane, The Punisher. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. You know, maybe.
Yeah. Woo!
It's Punisher. He's, yeah, we,
before that whole MCU nonsense, back when the Marvel movies were the great ones everyone loved.
Yeah.
Before the Marvel Cinematic Universe went fucking woke.
And then they got Manucci instead. This is when they used to have Manucci be a guy instead. And it was like about fire hydrants and stuff instead of crime. I mean, there was some crime in there, and there was some crime involved with those fire hydrants. Can't be legal to just have one, you know, and pretend it's a real fire hydrant.
That is very much an illegal little trick he pulled there.
Yeah.
You know, if he was the real Punisher, he'd be like, well.
Yeah, that's probably the end of the movie. But he realized being the Punisher maybe is a bad idea. But then they probably made another one of these. I don't know if the other one is in canon, the one with Ray Stevenson, but they love to like have the Punisher learn a lesson that he immediately forgets for the next one. And
well, the thing about the Punisher is he can never really learn any lesson, because if he did, he would stop being the Punisher.
That's a great point.
Maybe
that's an awesome point.
You know, wouldn't that be something? What a world where they just make Punisher stuff and they're like, never mind, he's good now. Like, and then he could just be like a guy. He could have like Punisher comics could be about a guy with like hobbies. Like what are hobbies people have these days?
Woodworking,
ship in a bottle,
woodworking, yeah, stuff like that. He's probably got really good like finger, you know, dexterity and stuff from his years of training in whatever thing he was in and whatever canon he was in, because like it's usually Afghanistan or whatever, but in this one it's the DEA or something.
From his years of
FBI.
punishing, he must have at least one strong finger on one hand.
Exactly.
Nando, he was also in the Marines because of his stupid fucking Semper Fi, do or die, shabam bam. That's what they say in the Marines.
for
that is
CTU work or whatever.
I guess this one Punisher would have been in Desert Storm. That's probably
And that's always the fun thing about the Punisher.
Whatever conflict you just we never run out of conflicts.
No,
we'll always have one.
Do you think we're creating a Punisher right now?
I was going to say, for the past 20 years, it's mostly been the same one.
Well, now it gets to be like Strait of Hormuz stuff or whatever. You know, like that'll be fun. We'll remember going like, oh yeah, those were the days.
Oh yeah,
but
they took Clark Island.
Originally, it was Vietnam, and that was really easy to make a Punisher from it. And when they kind of retconned it to Afghanistan and in Iraq for the TV show, also very easy to make a Punisher out of what happened there. Mm-hmm. Desert Storm, I know less about.
It was less of a quagmire, I think.
Yeah,
it's like why it's less.
It was still a bad experience for the people who were there, but it was very in and out.
Well, and like, were we known for doing lots of war crimes and stuff there? Because that's why I feel like a lot of the time the Punisher is part of an elite division and he hates them all because of some trauma he experienced while there.
Yeah.
At least that's what the Bernthal one did. He was. Right. We'll get to it maybe. I mean, we won't, but. I'm
not going to say we didn't do war crimes, because that's probably not true.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're famous for doing war crimes in that one.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, you know. But we'll see. You know, maybe there'll be future Punishers from stuff like that. In the future, we don't know. Or maybe the Punisher will be good. That'd be nice. But speaking of maybe and things in the future, DJ, speaking of the Punisher, who has his famous shotgun that he tries to use to shoot a boat or whatever. Or no, he's shooting the guys in the truck, which is pretty funny. Would you like to use the famous news shotgun to shotgun some news at us?
I got some news shotgun. I got 3 shells for you. I got 2,
right.
boom, and then I'm going to reload quickly. The Punisher is only a third guy, so 1 shell, boom.
Nice.
So,
the last one can be like the double blast where you do
both. There we go.
at once.
Boom. That's a good one. All right, so shotgun 1, boom. All right, so San Diego Comic-Con did happen this past week, and a lot of stuff came out from it, but, I think a lot of it is skippable. Oh, MCU and DC have new projects. Oh, what's new? Oh,
Ryan Gosling's the Ghost Rider for some reason. Whoa. Oh, is that the news? I thought you were going to skip it to go to something else. I'm sorry. Do you know Ryan Gosling's the Ghost Runner, you guys?
I heard that. Yeah.
The shotgun misfired. It backfired.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I had, we're just going to. So first one here. Guys, this just can't be right. I'm reading here. Yeah. I'm like, so I thought I wrote down Nick Cage is returning as Ghost Rider in Doomsday, but all my notes it says Ryan Gosling from Remember the Titans is in Ghost
Sunshine
Rider
himself.
He's not Sunshine.
La La Land.
Isn't he Sunshine in that movie?
No, he's the guy who has the really racist dad that gets mad that he took him out of the game. But Ryan Gosling's cool about it. He's one of the early white converts where the bad white ones are like, what are you doing with them? And Ryan Gosling's like, I like them. So,
I wonder what them is in this scenario.
What a cool guy.
Go watch Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
They make them pretty. Honestly, as far as race, as far as race movies go, wait, Diggins, you've seen Remember the Titans.
I think I have, but it's been so long.
You watched it in 5th grade. It was huge.
Yeah, everybody watched it.
You had to watch it in 5th grade. I will say, as far as the the race movies where the big problem is race, I don't know. I don't think it's that bad because it's not like there's like a big white hero at the end. Denzel gets to be the big hero, so like that. I think that's good. It's better than like a Green Book scenario. Like Denzel is propping up Denzel, which I think is good. The character is the white.
I mean, that'd be pretty awesome though if Denzel also is like the quarterback. He like decides like I'm gonna play this game too, so I can be the hero on and off the field. That'd be really sick.
What if Denzel was propping up his son, John David Washington?
Oh no,
his favorite actor.
That impossible task. Yeah.
I also like that the last football game they played. It's race is not the big deal of that football game. The big deal is that the quarterback gets injured and then they have to like run this insane play that would never ever work to win the game. But like the game is the struggle, and I don't know, I like that. That's like that's what's part of it. So
just like in real life, racism eventually stops being a problem.
Sports solve it, and so yeah, Ryan Gosling from
Gosling's
not
Rider.
That one guy.
I don't know. This is something a newsworthy item because Nick Cage was last Ghost Rider, and one of these hosts loves Nick Cage probably more than some of his actual family members. So I don't know. Diggins,
what are we counting as family?
Does he have kids?
Was it you, Nando? Do you love Nick Cage more than your own sister?
Well, I mean, I love the Ghost Rider. Oh, I thought you meant we love Nick Cage more than Nick Cage's family loves.
Oh
Nick Cage.
No, I meant I think Diggins might
like.
So I think Diggins might love Nick Cage more than some family members.
My sisters, I would say no.
Okay. Nieces on the table.
No way.
I was trying to get him. Uncle at Thanksgiving, 100%.
There's a case to be made.
All right, cool. Well, did this news hit you emotionally? I'm sure I'm not breaking the news to anyone at this point, but
I mean, I didn't expect him to, not to break kayfabe here, I didn't expect him to be Ghost Rider still. He's quite a bit older now.
Yeah, that's never stopped them before. I don't know if you watched that Deadpool Wolverine movie. Yeah.
Or that, yeah.
Have you seen they put that poster of Doomsday out with all the guys, and then someone went and put all their ages over their guys, and the average age of a character in that movie is like 55 or something. It's crazy.
I love it.
Yelena's the only one of like maybe 3 under 40.
Her, Shang-Chi,
and then Joaquin Torres, I think, is the other one.
Everyone's
maybe Letitia.
and Invisible Woman and The Thing. Vanessa Kirby's under 40.
That's true.
And
I would say you're
under
probably right.
40?
But
time to Google Vanessa Kirby's age. She is 38. Nailed it.
Very good.
And then The Thing.
Evan Moss Backrack?
Yeah, Evan
I
Moss.
wouldn't be shocked if he's also that age.
We got a lot of under 40s.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Thank God.
How old is this man? Oh my God. He can't be 49. Is he
Yeah,
really?
he's older. I mean, like, he was on
Holy
Girls back in the
moly.
day. Like, he's been acting for a while. She is
okay.
relatively new and kind of young, but yeah.
All right, fair enough.
But that's the thing, they're just a lot of old guys. However, also, speaking of Deadpool and Wolverine, there was concept art of everybody fighting a bunch of Deadpools that included every character that was in the movies, like Elektra, Gambit, Blade, Johnny Cage, Punisher, or Johnny Cage Ghost Rider was there, but he got cut out, it seems like. So we almost did get Nick Cage in that movie. He was too busy being a spider or fighting a spider in The Flash to be in this, I think, or something.
It's all mad. Right. I
Nick
think that was reported, right?
Cage.jpg, the file that they pass around, was busy at the time.
I mean, they claim and he agrees that he went into film for like a day for that, and it seems impossible given how it looks in the movie.
I mean, it's a day. He got paid for a day, but like, that could be 15 minutes. That's not,
I think he was mad that everyone was mean about it, I think is the problem.
Yeah, because his bit was cool. It was all the other bits that were bad and the end, the whole end of the movie. But like, his was the only part where you're like, this isn't wrong. This is just silly. And that's fine.
In a movie that every other moment was like, good or at least tolerable, this would be like a fun little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so it's not Nick Cage, but it's Ryan Gosling. I'll go first. This doesn't do anything for me. I'll be honest. It's not. I don't know. It doesn't evoke any emotion. Does it evoke?
Doesn't move the needle at all. If you just heard
not a one
random Ghost Rider movie with nobody in it, well, not nobody, but like you didn't know who was in it, would you be more or less likely to see it knowing Ryan Gosling was in it?
Oh my gosh! If it was man with bag overhead,
like
Ryan Gosling.
Generic Democrat or whatever, like on the ballot, just
tomato can.
Yeah,
that might excite me more because I think there's potential. I think tomato can give me some things.
Wow. How far Ryan Gosling has fallen in your eyes?
Yeah.
No. He was really good in Project Hail Mary, in some scenes, but like Ghost Rider, he's
in
like
some scenes.
In some scenes.
Which were the bad scenes?
I don't like. Did we talk about this? The only one that I don't love was where we see him. They're like, "You're gonna go to space," and like, I don't know. It still feels like lighthearted in a way. He's like, "No, what? No, I'm me space. No." Like, that's the thing. I think he has this because this is why he's so bad in the Gray Man, because there's nothing for him to do in that role.
They didn't make a movie of that. That's a lie.
Well, I think I remember if they made.
There's no way.
And he had nothing to do, and I just don't know what he's gonna bring to what's the fuck's Johnny Cage.
Well, first of all, we don't know if he's playing Johnny Blaze. It's unlikely.
Right, he could be the lady one. That would be pretty cool.
Or the Hispanic kid.
Well, he can't be that one. Which is the lady one? Oh, you mean like the one who was Kashula or whatever?
Yeah.
I doubt he'll be the Native American woman. As much as that would be cool, like, I'd like, and like, I think he could maybe pull. I think he could try something. It would be interesting. But there's Johnny Blaze was the original Ghost Rider. Then his secret adopted brother, Danny Ketch, was Ghost Rider for a while.
Okay.
Who kind of also could be this one. It's really unclear. The problem with Ghost Rider is there just aren't that many Ghost Rider. Like, if you like for instance, if you're like, hey, I want to read a Punisher comic, which one should I read? You go, oh, there's this run from back in the day that's very popular. You read that. They made a movie. Kind of, it was like that. That doesn't really exist for Ghost Rider. So like, I don't even know who I would want for that movie because I don't even know what a Ghost Rider movie should be. I know what it shouldn't be.
I mean,
what that first one was.
I don't think it, like, okay.
And you know what it should be? The second one.
The second one. Yeah, the second one's pretty cool.
I know we're not here to talk about Spider-Man. That's next week. But, you know, it seems like they made a good one, and it was, like, mostly contained, and yeah, the Hulk is in there, but whatever. But, like, if I'm for the Ghost Rider movie, I'm doing it the other way. Every other character is in this movie. He's meeting everyone on the Doomsday poster because...
Shaking their hands like
this is
the end of a soccer game.
This is the other thing with Ghost Rider. I feel like a lot of times, to be fair, I've never read, like, single issue Ghost Rider comics or runs like that. But I feel like he often has like a Doctor Strange like role where it's like, I'm just going to keep back hell over here. And then you all do your thing while I keep back hell. And I'm going to do a good job of keeping back hell. And it's like, all right, Ghost Rider, it's a good job. Like, I don't think Ghost Rider is like rarely going to space to be like, all right, guys, we have to go punch the all-knowing. And Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange, you stay back on Earth and hold back hell. Thumbs up, let's go. Black Widow, you come with us to space to punch the all-knowing. Right? Like, that's why I feel like Ghost Rider exists in this space where it's really hard for him to exist as his own thing. He should
I just want to point out,
X-Men or something.
before people's heads explode, there was a space Ghost Rider called Cosmic Ghost Rider, and it was Frank Castle. Just in case that comes up. The Punisher was Ghost Rider in space. But anyway, continue. Diggins, it seemed like you had something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Nando, but while Ghost Rider does have some hell-based enemies, he's often fighting just like guys.
Yeah,
like he punishes evil people.
That is the thing with him. I feel like he has this wonderful pen and stare, which he uses on like muggers and rapists and stuff. The problem with the pennant stare is it never works on whoever he's fighting. If he's fighting a cool guy, it's always like he tries to do it and then it's like, never mind, I'm the Sentry. I can't have it or whatever. So I feel like for them to work, a smaller like story where just he's in a town and he's got to get, because like sometimes the devil's like, you got to get these guys, and then sometimes he's like, I don't want to get those guys. I want to get these guys. So, I don't know. His books are fine. He's cool looking. Pretty cool looking guy.
He's a cool looking guy.
Listen, until we get this movie in 2037, I'm willing to die on the hill that I would have preferred a tomato can. And if the movie's amazing, I'll eat. Someone clip this. I'll eat all the crow that Ryan Gosling was a better Ghost Rider than a tomato can. But until then, I'm not buying it. How much crow? I'll eat 1 1/3 crows, not including the beaker talons.
Okay.
Feathers, though? Do feathers count?
No, it's too late. He already said it.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Not including beacon talons. I'll eat 1 1/3 crow.
Well, the thing that you left off, DJ, about this announcement is not just that Ryan Gosling is playing Ghost Rider. It is that this movie is being directed by, and I'm quoting Ryan Gosling here, the only person who can make a Ghost Rider movie.
Wow. There's only one.
Apparently, and it's Sean Levy. So Deadpool, Wolverine's own. Yeah. And which means, among other things, this movie is going to come out. Like, that is his greatest strength, is the movies come out.
Damn it.
So we'll see if it's good and if it's cool and fun, but we'll be able to watch it.
They come out eventually.
It's really easy for a movie to come out when there's like no creative vision to fight for. It's like whatever the executives say, it happens. So there's no friction.
I mean, he's making that movie with him. That's a Star Wars movie. So maybe we'll all love that. And then we'll be like, oh my God, this guy is perfect with Ryan Gosling. Have they ever worked together? I don't think so.
I have no idea.
Yeah, nothing comes to mind. So, maybe we'll find out it's great. First you'll save Star Wars and then you'll save Ghost Rider. And you hear the whole reason, not the whole reason he's doing this, but I'm sure, people have thought about it, is because his wife was in the other one and now he's in this one. So that's pretty cool.
Right. He's married to Eva Mendes.
Yeah. And she played, what was that character's name? Something stupid like Luck or something. No, it wasn't. I don't remember. She played that character who was like a newscaster who covered like Daredevil stunt shows or something in
She's
Texas.
Always a reporter. She's a reporter in that movie. She's a reporter in Hitch. Third example, she's probably a reporter in the other guys. I don't think we know what her job is, but it's probably reporter.
She's a nurse or a surgeon or something like that. She has a very serious job.
Yeah, that's right.
But
we'll find a third one.
I'm sure a third one exists. I like Eva Mendes. I think she's pretty funny.
Yeah, I do too.
In that movie, that one you said. And she's pretty funny in Ghost Rider because there's that one scene where she's like waiting for a date, and then the waiter is like, she's like, "I'm pretty, aren't I?" to the waiter, and the waiter's like, "Huh?" And I'm like, "That's insane. It's the most attractive anyone's ever looked on planet Earth." And this waiter's like, this is okay. But
I remember talking about this on the pod.
Yeah, insane. So hopefully they do a reference to that. She probably won't be in it, right? That'd be wild if they had her be in it.
That would be...
Well, as a reference to her, they'll just have, at one point, Ryan Gosling will be wearing a shirt that says, "I love my wife."
I would like that. Yeah. He's almost too cool to be a wife guy, but it would kind of come back around to he probably would. Also, wait, wasn't she a cop in
Too Fast, Too Furious?
Yeah. Because she shows up in the end of the 7th one with the paper, and she's like, "We got a guy," in like a post-credit scene. So they only give papers to cops. That movie's gonna be weird. Ghost Rider, I hope they make it. I think it'd be nice if they make it like a fun little kind of if they use it as an excuse to bring Moon Knight and all the other Midnight Suns back, and then maybe they can do that. That'd be kind of
Oscar Isaac's That's what everyone wants to
do. Oscar Isaac will do things. He's up for it if he's interested. I don't know. What's the last thing he did that was pretty dumb? I feel like there's probably something. I mean, Star Wars, but then I feel like Oscar Isaac. No, Beef was great. Did you guys watch Beef?
Nope. No.
Oh, he's so good in it.
Hold on.
And then, yeah.
I'm sorry. No, keep going. No.
Oh, yeah. In the Hand of Dante. That movie with Gal Gadot. That's apparently one of the worst movies of this year. He made that. So maybe that humbled him. What were you saying, DJ? Or do you have another news shotgun show?
Yeah, let me news shotgun number 2. No, I'm so bad at reading the internet. All right, news shotgun number 2. Hey, they can't make a Dungeons and Dragons movie because it's too expensive and no one wants to do it. Doesn't that suck? Did you guys hear about this?
It does suck.
It does
because I did hear about this.
Yeah,
I heard it was more like the way it was framed for me was more like the guy who wrote the first one was like, "I wrote a second one and we're ready to go if someone will let us do it."
Yeah, I mean he has admitted that like, well, these movies are expensive to make, so it's really hard to get greenlit. Even though it seems like Netflix has picked up a TV show for Dungeons and Dragons that's separate creators, Hasbro's running. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why Hollywood just won't take the W. It would make a lot of money. I don't care that it's expensive.
Would it?
Oh, did it not?
Yeah, it would have to. The first one did okay. Like, that's the thing. It didn't make enough money to guarantee a sequel, but it made the kind of money where you're like, if some executive really believes in this, I could see it. But also, like, it's just a very expensive movie to do, right? Unless we want to do one of those reverse isekais where they go to planet Earth or whatever and fuck around for most of it, then we could probably pull it off. But we want to actually set it in Dungeons and Dragonsville or whatever. What was the name of the planet that takes place on?
The planet is called Toril.
Oh, what's the name of the city it's in then? I can't remember.
It's in
the city it was in was Neverwinter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if we want to do that, that's expensive.
Was it Neverwinter? It doesn't matter. I wasn't sure.
It may not have all been in Neverwinter, but like some of it was.
The main Forgotten Realm city.
The Forgotten Realm city was mostly in because the one that was in the end with like the stadium and everything, that was Neverwinter.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I hope they make one, but also, my hopes have been pretty low ever since it came out and didn't do super well.
The thing that shocked me about that was that movie came out in 2023. Like, I can't believe that movie was 3 years ago. Like, it just, I don't know.
Honestly, that
different people.
Actually feels like it's been longer than that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's interesting because I remember being online around when that movie came out and everybody was like, "Oh my God, this movie's so fun." And then nobody saw it. Well, not nobody saw it because, like I said, it made like, I don't know, a couple $100 million, but it was way too expensive for that to be enough. And then 3 months later, it hit VOD, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, this movie's so fun. Why didn't I see it in theaters?" And we were like, "We told you to, but you didn't do it. But listen to us next time." And everybody's doing that again with He-Man that just hit VOD because everybody's like, "Wait a second, is this movie cool?" And it's like, yes, but it's too late. It's expensive, and now it's gone. But
I think the Dungeons and Dragons movie is a lot better than He-Man.
I mean, they're similar in terms of like fun. You know what it is? They're similar in terms of like movies based on a toy or game from your childhood that they made a really shitty movie of back when you were a child, so you have no expectations, and then they made a movie that is above average.
Right, but the big difference between Dungeons and Dragons and He-Man is that anybody above the age of 50 cares about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. Well, anybody below the age of 50 cares about Dungeons and Dragons.
Sorry, yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay. All the kids love Dungeons and Dragons. It's so popular.
You know, connecting these two shotgun shells together, do you know who the showrunner is for this Forgotten Realms TV show?
Ryan Gosling?
Sean Levy?
Sean Levy.
Sounds about right.
I mean, he did Stranger Things for Netflix,
it was Stranger Things guy.
Netflix is bringing him on to do this. So it will happen. The Forgotten Realms live action TV show
coming. Yeah,
will happen.
Ooh, brought to you by the creative team behind Stranger Things. Wow.
I mean, he's not the Duffer Brothers.
No,
he's the guy. He's one of their gun for hire directors. And I had to look this up. He's the one that did that Running Up That Hill episode that everybody likes. So he at least has done good work on that show. But
yeah, it's not Forgotten Realms by the Duffer Brothers, right?
That's fair.
They're all in a ditch or something. I don't know what happened to them.
I didn't HBO hire that some.
They're in the same hole that the Game of Thrones guys are.
Yeah, exactly. Right. We're gonna make 8 Star Wars movies. It's like, sure you are, guys.
What if they won the Confederate War or whatever? What if they were like people were still slaves? Well. That's a good question. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one makes me sad. But here we go. Here's the double blast. The shotgun shell so blast is gonna blast you through plate glass and then down a 20-story building. Guys,
but people are listening to music, so we won't hear it, and then they'll be like, oh, people don't hear anything. Oh man, too much opera.
To help me with this. Guys, we got it. New Jumanji trailer.
New Jumanji.
I know you've seen it. Diggins, have you seen it?
I haven't seen the trailer or any of the movies.
Never. Man,
we saw them for the pod.
They were all before my time.
Really? Even the second one?
No.
What was the second one?
Mm-hmm.
Second one was post Endgame, right?
Yeah,
it must have been.
No way.
It's been 7 years since that one came out. Like
Jumanji: The Next Level was 2019. Yeah, so why didn't we do that one with you? Did we never do it?
Well, that would be
came on at the end of 2019.
Yeah, he would end of 2019. That was an end of 2019 movie. I was just thinking, it's been 7 years since that first one came out or second one came out. That's crazy.
That's fucking crazy. Holy fuck,
man! Nothing has changed about any of the actors, so everything's fine. They all look exactly the same.
They all look exactly the same, and we like all of them exactly as much as we did 7 years ago.
Hey.
Yeah, I feel like that was when we were trying to kind of figuring it out about him. We were like, I think we're done. Yeah.
I think that if we were to rank order the liking, I think someone may have jumped all of them. Actually, I think.
Well, how many are we counting? Just the 4, or is Nick Jonas and all the other cast members involved as well? Because
and the Wizard Jumanjo.
And the Wizard Jumanjo, sure. Yeah, everybody loves what's his name, Danny DeVito. He's in these, right? He's in the trailer.
In the second one.
Yeah, so he seems like he's going to be a big player in this new one.
Yeah.
Who do you think is the most beloved member of the Dungeons and Dragons crew?
I think it's Jack Black.
Or excuse me, whatever this one's called, Jumanji and Jumanjin's True.
I think it's Jack Black, right?
Jack Black's another one. I feel like the stock has fallen since 7 years ago.
What?
Really? I wouldn't say he's wrong, He had that one thing where he canceled that tour for a stupid reason, but
it's because his co-host said, Kyle Gass, whatever, said he wishes that Trump got assassinated.
Yeah, because his co-host said a cool thing.
Yeah, his co-host did say a cool thing. I don't know.
I would say he's probably done fine. I would say Kevin Hart's also done fine. They're all just overexposed except for Karen Gillan, really and for that reason, she's my favorite of the 4.
Okay, fair enough.
But the roast was weird. But that's the thing with him. He does so much stuff. It's like a shotgun. You just kind of forget about the thing that doesn't work and then move on to the next thing. So I feel like he's always producing stuff. Yeah. I mean, like, what isn't the kid in that movie pretty famous? The boy?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's the one from Hereditary, right? And old. That guy, Alex something.
All right, guys. I found the podcast we did. Now, apparently you can't listen to it. It's just probably gone from the internet.
Probably a good idea.
But we released the Jumanji 2 or Jumanji The Next Level podcast on December 18th, 2019. I want you to guess the runtime of the podcast. That was just Nando and I. And we recorded this, holy shit, like 3 months before COVID started.
Probably an hour and 20 minutes. Is that anything close?
Diggins is thinking.
This is a serious question. I understand.
I
do a lot of math in his head.
You can't just come up with a number.
Yeah. I knew, like, in my heart, because I have these all tattooed on my body. I'm sure very tiny. And do you get them removed after a little bit? You're like, oh, that's from 8 years ago. I'm going to remove that one. I get them all redone. That's why, like, for a while, I just have not on camera in my videos. Is because I've been getting the tattoos redone. They're the thing about them is they're very light, so you can barely see them. If you're like me, you're under the right light, then you can see them. It's pretty handy.
Almost like you need like a UV invisible light, like an escape room.
Like it,
a special flashlight, and that's how I see the numbers on the wall.
I mean, man, escape rooms. They were doing so well.
Yeah, I haven't done one in so long. I haven't done an escape room. God, it might have been like 2 years since I've done an escape room.
Probably something to do with that big pandemic where everybody being in a room was like the one law.
I've done a bunch since COVID. I have done a fair amount of
many
escape
is a
rooms
bunch?
since COVID. Diggins. Yeah, that's good. So you were thinking for a really long time. And to answer your question, like 7. We've probably done 2. You and I have done 2 since COVID.
That's probably true.
Yeah. But okay, Diggins.
Yes, I've been thinking on your question for a long time. Why don't you remind the listeners what it is?
Oh, yeah. So the Jumanji The Next Level podcast that Nando and I did came out December 18th, 2019, 3 months before COVID. Or COVID in the U.S., I should say. That's probably the day it broke out of the Wuhan lab or whatever. Whatever everyone wants to think happened. So how long do you think the podcast was? Nando's guess was 120 minutes. What's your guess?
It was before I was on, so it was definitely shorter.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 108 minutes.
108 minutes. What does Nando's translate to minutes? Like 80? We said an hour, 20 minutes, Nando?
That's 2 hours.
Well, no, I said an hour and 20 minutes. He just said 120 minutes, but yeah, it was 80 minutes.
It's like 80-some minutes. All right. Nando is correct by Price is Right rules and closest rules. 97 minutes.
Wow.
This podcast came out. Fucking 97. We've already done 97 minutes already.
Yeah. We're a third of the way there.
My God. My God. Those were the days.
Wow. Are we going to power to bring those days back, DJ?
No. Even our podcast wasn't 97 minutes. Our secret one. Are we going to do this movie?
Maybe. It's probably going to be a pretty big hit. These make a lot of money. I don't know if we'll do it the week it comes out. I can see this being maybe a later one.
They made a lot of money 7 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. So did Moana, and look what happened. But yeah.
They made a bad one, and it didn't do good. And, maybe... sure, the Jumanji movies have never been good, but... maybe they'll make an even worse one.
Certainly possible. I watched the trailer. It's way too complicated of a movie in terms of what's going on.
This is so confusing. They're in demo mode. I don't understand. If you're going to do another Jumanji movie,
wrote themselves into a corner by making the second one like there's more people and they switch around. And it's like they upped the complications, so now they got to keep doing that instead of the second one just being like we're back in the jungle.
It's been 7 years. They can do whatever they want. They can just be like, there's another threat. Everything's normal, but I'm the Rock. I have to go punch someone. But now it's like I'm the Rock and I'm Hispanic. Like. Woof.
And I've lost a lot of weight and muscle. Dude. So it's still pretty jacked, but not for me. What he would say.
It might be game over for The Rock. I hate to say
Oh,
this.
Jumanji Game Over. Was that what the second one was called?
No, it was the next level.
Oh, okay. Why is it? Oh, I guess this one's open world, right, or something.
Yeah, open worlds. Yeah. So yeah. Also, I was wrong. You can totally listen to this podcast. I'm going to post the link into the Discord right now, so you can see exactly how long it takes these to release. Won't that be a fun game for everybody?
Ooh, that will be fun.
I'm not joking. I just posted it. That's super fun. That's my shotgun, everyone. That's it. Maybe more next week, but that's my shotgun. So I'm gonna put it on the ground here. I'm gonna pick up these cool pistols so we can talk about Colt 45s. They told me what.
Wait, did you modify them, DJ?
I obviously modified them. I drilled the bore out or whatever that made them
you debored it.
Than a regular gun. I made it a super gun.
Yeah.
So that that's cool. So we're gonna talk about fucking
pretty sick.
The Punisher. Who's in charge of IMDb this week? I think it's Nando.
I think it's me. Yeah, which I'm so excited. It better be because I have a real fun tiebreaker game that we probably won't need, but if we did, we would use it. So let's see here.
I
mean, I don't want to jinx it, but
so take it over, Nando. It's all you.
But yeah, here we go, you guys. The Punisher movie, the one we're doing now from 2004. It's a wonderful movie, and I am the IMDb'sman, so I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to for the award of being able to review the movie first and not have to recap it. Give me your best shot at the summary on IMDb for the Punisher movie. Okay. And everyone knows we get these Punisher movie what's the word?
Summaries?
Punisher movie summaries from one place. And it's tough now because he is R.I.P., but David Bowie, if you play all his records backwards, and you play them in the right orders, it gives you different IMDb summaries for different movies. And it's like kind of like a secret message, but also it only works if you play the movie in the background. So then David Bowie explains the movie in his wonderful voice.
Wow. So David Bowie predicted movies that would come out after he died?
Yeah, he started with, because originally it was just movies he'd been in, but then he got really good at it and he was like, I think I can do this, like see the future and stuff with these.
Wow.
And
Also, sorry, Nando, I believe you mean David Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever heard that said that way. It's not in my notes, but very interesting. They tried. But yeah, we're gonna. So I have the David Bowie translation here from when they played the record backwards. And what song would this be that they would play backwards? Because sometimes you want it to be kind of like the movie or like of the same tone. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have that many songs about like a badass who kills everyone. But
no, not really.
Unfortunately, you wish you did.
I mean, Rebel, right? It's like Heroes. That's not bad. Let's do Heroes. That's what it was.
Okay.
Or Ashes to Ashes. I don't recognize that one off the top of my head, but that probably also would work. But I have the summary on IMDb. I will say it's okay. Which one do you get to decide who goes first?
It's Diggins.
I get to decide because I had to summarize the Odyssey last week.
Yeah. So Diggins, take a shot at it. Not incredibly long. Just
I'll go first. After FBI agent Frank Castle gets a powerful gangster's son killed, the gangster takes his revenge by killing Frank's entire family. Now alone and filled with anger towards the criminals who wronged him, he sets out to punish the people who wronged him.
Okay. DJ.
All right. I don't want to just copy Diggins because I think the rules are I just lose or something like that. After retiring from the force, Frank Castle goes on a killing spree to avenge his lost loved ones while having to grapple with the new reality of being forced into his new role as the Punisher.
Okay.
That was quite a sentence.
It was quite a sentence. I'm going to say,
Thanks.
all right, so I think one of you did better, and I'm going to give that person the 2-point lead. I'm just going to say it right now.
Lead.
Damn.
Because, what's up?
The traditional 2-point lead.
The traditional, yeah. I'm going to say who it is, because
Okay.
it is Diggins. Diggins, you get the 2-point lead. You didn't do great either. You got FBI agent and entire family. Almost every other word was not in there. But DJ somehow managed to get not get a single word in
That's
this entire
awesome.
summary, which I was pretty impressed by, especially when you said killed his loved ones or something like that. I was like, family.
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the summary on IMDb for the Punisher. An undercover FBI agent becomes a vigilante and sets out to unleash his wrath upon the corrupt businessman who slaughtered his entire family at a reunion. So, like I said, Diggins got those things, but pretty bare bones.
I
and
called him a businessman, but I was like, they'll probably call him a gangster or something.
I know, yeah, it's tough with him because it's like, John Travolta characters, they're frequently on the wrong side of the law, so it's hard to remember. What crimes technically this one has committed. But we can figure that out in a game I'm calling Saturday Night Fever, you guys. This is a game. Here's what I've done.
Oh, no, I know what this is, or I haven't.
I've assembled a list. I don't know how many. Let's see. I should figure this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, odd number. That's helpful.
So many.
13 movies starring John Travolta. And I would say they're all starring. Yeah, they're all pretty much movies. Well, yeah, they're movies that he plays the main character in. And what I have done is I have written down for myself the name of the movie, the year it came out, name of his character, name of the director. I also went through the summary of the movie on Wikipedia and tried to figure out what crimes John Travolta's character commits in that movie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the crimes first, then give you the year, then give you the name of the character. All you have to do is buzz in, tell me what movie, what the name of the movie is. Obviously, there's some that overlap. So, like, maybe, wait till you hear something like a year or something like that, because, like, there's a lot of crimes that are in a lot of movies. First buzz in gets it, and if you buzz in, then that is your one buzz for that round. And there will be an extra point on offer to the person who gets it for giving me the director of the movie, because some of them are quite funny.
So,
okay.
Could you just recap what the info you're giving it is again?
I'm going to read you a list of crimes. These are crimes committed by John Travolta's character during the movie. They are all like, they're some of them are more creative than others. But as you will, definitely see, John Travolta's characters get up to a lot of trouble. And and then if you guys can't get it from just the crimes, I'm going to give you the year it came out, and then I'm going to give you the name of the character. By then, if you don't have it, then I don't really have anything else I can do to help you. Right. But we'll start with this one. Which movie? And these are all, I'd say, relatively well-known John Travolta movies. And too many deep cuts. I got one or two because I thought the crimes were fun. Which John Travolta movie contains kidnapping, coercion, murder, armed robbery,
businesses,
and domestic terrorism? DJ?
Pulp Fiction?
Incorrect.
Damn.
Diggins? Yes?
Sorry, that's my buzz-in sound?
That sounds good. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is this Swordfish?
This is the movie Swordfish. That is correct. Do you have a guess at who directed the movie Swordfish?
You'd think I would, considering we all watched it and not even that long ago, but I don't.
But how would
it's someone named Dominic Senya or something. It's not important. This person is not one of the memorable ones. You'll see the memorable ones as they come up. But yeah, so Diggins, you have 1 point. on this game, and then obviously added to your 2 points.
Well, listen, I blew it last time. I'm sure I can blow it this time.
There's plenty of time. We got plenty of guys. How about this? I'm looking at crimes of indecent exposure, street racing, flying without a license. In what movie does John Travolta's character commit those crimes? Diggins?
Is this Look Who's Talking?
This is not Look Who's Talking. No, it's an interesting. Good guess. All right, DJ.
So what else do I get?
You can guess, and then if you had both kind of went, then I would give you the year and stuff. But now just guess. It's indecent exposure, street racing, flying without a license. License to fly, obviously.
Sure.
I don't think they arrest you for flying if you have a pilot's license, but you don't have a alcohol license.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Is this Face Off?
This is not Face Off. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is actually 1978's Grease. Those are the crimes committed by Danny Zuko in Grease. He moons the dance, does a street race, and they fly the car away at the end of the movie. Maybe it's a fantasy, but it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. As far as I'm counting, he did that.
Look at you.
Yeah.
No, he's right.
I know.
Next up.
Totally.
Next up. In what movie did John Travolta's character commit blackmail, assault with a deadly weapon, and I'm not positive this is a crime you can get arrested for, but I think he would in this movie, conspiracy to destroy the Earth. This is Black. Yes, Diggins?
Is this Battlefield Earth?
This is Battlefield Earth. That is correct. Any idea who directed Battlefield Earth?
God, I don't think I do.
Nah, yeah, you wouldn't know this one either. This is Roger Christian, I believe is their name. Also Randall Klesner, I think is what I wrote here for the Grease director, in case anyone's curious. But yeah, it's 2 points for Diggins. Incredible. Next up. What movie? Well, actually, let's go to the second page. Actually, let's go to this one. What John Travolta movie? In which one did his character commit the crimes? Tampering with a vehicle, destruction of property, and insurance fraud. These are 3 crimes. Now, to be fair to this one, I've not watched this movie. There may be other crimes he commits in it, but those are the 3 I could glean from just reading the Wikipedia summary. And yeah. Now, would you like me to give you guys the year before any of you guess? That may help you guys out.
Might as well.
This movie released in 2007. It's a 2007 movie. And he played a character named Woody Stevens. This is a character named Woody Stevens, 2007. Tampering with a vehicle, destruction of property, and insurance fraud. And guesses? Because now you're out of stuff, so you might as well guess.
I can't even think of a posted. Well,
I'm trying to think of a John Travolta movie from 2007.
This was one of them. It certainly was. And
all right, I have a guess that's wrong.
Okay.
I have a wrong guess.
Go for it.
This is impossible. Is it Hairspray?
It is not Hairspray. No, okay. I tried really hard to find a crime in the Hairspray movie, but I just couldn't.
Miscegenation.
Oh, well, that's true.
He doesn't actually do that, but
yeah, that's the thing. Diggins, do you have a guess at what movie this might be?
Gone in 60 Seconds, a movie I don't think he's in.
No, that'd be fun.
2001, I think.
That's a little early. Wow. That's back when Angelina Jolie had those dreads. No, this is actually this is the movie Wild Hogs. Wild Hogs, where he cuts the brake lines of other
Is this Tim the Toolman Taylor in this movie?
So there's that one. Yes, there's another movie that came out a couple of years later called Old Dogs. That was kind of the same premise, but I think it was him and Robert what's his name? The genie. Robin Williams. Yeah. So I always get them confused in my head, but yeah, this is the motorcycle one. And yeah, at one point they find out that the bar they destroyed, the guy can use it as an insurance scheme, which would technically make them, I guess, accessories to insurance fraud. Next. This one is real simple one. You guys, this is breaking and entering and forgery. Art forgery.
Art forgery.
Yes. Among potentially others. Again, this is another one I haven't seen, but I do want to give it a shot.
I feel like I know this one, but my brain is not conjuring it.
I'll give you the year. This happened in 2014 is when this movie came out.
Holy
relatively recently, 12 years ago. Maybe to this very day. I can't remember, but it's possible. And his character's name in the movie was Raymond Cutter. This was Raymond Cutter from 2014, breaking and entering an art forgery. I want to take a guess.
I'm gonna pull a Peacock because the movie's on Peacock. So I think if I watch a bunch of ads first, then it'll get the movie going. So.
I don't think you can just start Peacock to see if the ad will or the movie will play as part of the game.
No, I think
no.
Getting ready for
the Punisher.
Oh,
is
I
on
see.
Peacock.
Very smart. So no guesses then? I
really can't think of a John Travolta movie from that recent.
Want to take a guess at the title? Just take a guess at a title of a movie. It can be anything. Maybe it's not a movie you've heard of, but it's a title you could
I got it.
Guess.
DJ there first. Oh, me? Cool. The Heist.
Yeah. Incorrect. Diggins?
I was going to say The Art Thief.
Incorrect. It's The Forger. This is a movie called The Forger.
A real movie?
Yep. Real movie.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there is. That's what they say. I would have known
in 2014 if a movie called The Forger came out.
Yeah. All right. How about this? Which John Travolta character, or a character from which John Travolta movie committed, among others, 5 murders, racketeering, obstruction of justice, tax evasion, and jury tampering? This is a character played by John Travolta in a movie. He did 5 murders, labor racketeering specifically, obstruction of justice, tax evasion, and jury tampering. I'll tell you, this movie came out in 2018. Another relatively new one.
It's within 10 years?
Damn.
Yes.
For all these recent John Travolta movies, I have no idea what they are.
They're all pretty bad.
In my mind, he hasn't worked in like 20 years.
And I'll say
Except
this about
Santa Claus and Capital One commercials.
With all of the... I have a lot, sometimes for the purpose of this, I may not say exactly what the character's name was, but I'll say the character's name in this movie was John. Characters probably called them John.
Very helpful.
In this 2018 movie. Diggins.
It's a movie called John Doe.
No, incorrect. Good guess. Like I like where your head's at. DJ.
Can I mean, I'm out of this game, but I have a question.
Sure.
But is his name just John, or are you like obscuring?
I'm obscuring the name of the movie is part of his name. So I can't. The character's name is John, but DJ.
This is Gotti.
This is 2018's Gotti.
Of course.
John Gotti, famous gangster. DJ, do you know the director of Gotti?
Fuck no. There's no chance.
There is a chance, DJ. We've definitely talked about it. It is Kevin Connolly. E from Entourage famously directed the Gotti movie. It's one of the funny ones I really like. Okay. Next up. Illegal animal shipping, unleashing an animal, and noise complaints. What's a movie where a John Travolta character could be charged, kind of, with those crimes? Illegally shipping an animal, whatever you would call the leash law, and then noise complaints. That's not like a law, but noise violation, I guess is what the law would be. I'll say this came out in 2008. Also a relatively recent John Travolta movie. And I cannot even say the character's name. Diggins?
You can't say the character's name?
Cannot say the character's name.
Changes his answer.
Oh, man, that changes what I was going to say.
Part of the name of the movie, if not the entire name of the movie.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Incorrect. Good guess. DJ, any guesses?
I mean, okay. I mean, I could just guess a name, right?
Yeah, you can totally just guess a name. Although, actually, let me double check. I think this character. Hold on. Let me double check. No, yeah, it is that. Okay. What were you saying, DJ?
I said now I have questions.
Part of me thought that the main character may have had a different name. At least according to the IMDb, he does not.
Is the name... Okay. Stephen Justice. I don't fucking know.
Incorrect.
How cool would a movie that be?
This is the 2008 Disney movie Bolt, where John Travolta plays a dog that escapes
and Bolt. God damn
and
it.
ships himself overseas or over state lines in a shipping container. All right, next one. 2 counts of murder, manslaughter, drug possession.
Bzz, 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 bzz.
DJ?
Pulp Fiction?
This is Pulp Fiction, correct.
Yay!
And DJ, in the one time when it's not as impossible as usual, would you like to take a guess at the name of the director who directed Pulp Fiction?
Quentin Tarantino. Huzzah,
That's
huzzah.
correct. This is Quentin Tarantino.
Does that get me a point?
Yes.
Do I have
it
another
does get you a
point?
point. Yeah, you have 2 points.
That
was
the
a 2-pointer.
Diggins, load a peacock now.
Yeah, Diggins, get your peacock ready. You're still in the lead, and you're doing great.
By how much, though? Is it like 3 points, 4 points?
It's like 1. Because Diggins got 2 so far, but you just got 3 points, and then Diggins had his 2 from earlier. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
Next up, here we go. This one, let's do this one. Blocking traffic. That's the only crime I could figure for this one, but I did want to put it on the list, so that's a crime.
So,
I'll tell you this: the movie came out in 1989, and I believe. Well, let me double check. I think he played a character named James, but I'm not positive about that because, like, now I'm like, is that just a character's name? But it doesn't matter. I actually that probably is right. Maybe that's like this. No, yeah, James. Okay. Diggins.
Is this James and the Giant Peach?
This is not James and the Giant Peach. No,
that probably came out in like 96.
Good guess.
Is he in that movie?
No, I don't think so. I mean, probably not. Everybody in that movie's British, right? Or well, no, because there's a couple of guys that are American. Anyway, DJ, Blocking Traffic, 1989. Character named James. Any guesses?
I mean, in the spirit of just saying stuff, I don't even have. Got Point Break. I don't even kind of have a guess.
All right. No, incorrect. This is actually the movie, and Diggs had mentioned this one before. Look Who's Talking.
Oh, damn it.
In the end of the movie, the baby is in the middle of the street. Okay. Only a couple left, so this is pretty important.
Getting tight. Okay.
Yeah. Guys, in what movie does John Travolta's character commit the crimes of assault and loan sharking? What movies? Among other crimes. So I'm going to say those are, there's also plenty of fraud, but it's harder to classify that fraud. At least in a sense that I would know. But this is a movie where he does assault, loan sharking, and various fraud. I will say it came out in 1995. And he played a character named Chili Palmer. Diggins?
Is this? And partially is I just want to remind everyone that John Travolta did this movie.
Uh-huh.
Is this Get Shorty?
This is Get Shorty. That's correct.
Oh.
This is 1995's Get Shorty. Do you know who directed this movie?
Goodness.
Not a fucking clue.
Barry Sonnenfeld. Pretty, he's like a director. Yeah, he does. He's done stuff. I'm trying to think of none come to mind, but let me Google him real quick. Barry Sonnenfeld. Men in Black. Yeah, is his.
Yeah,
Wild Wild West.
Shorty.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the king of the 1990s movies where that was what happened. A guy ran around in a suit and did stuff. And RV, we did RV on the podcast. Ooh, pretty good.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Oh, and the Addams Family movies. Those are fun. Actually, I do really like the 2 live action ones. I don't know about the real, or like this CG one. All right. 3 more, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So next. Boat theft, murder, causing a riot. Diggins?
This is Face Off.
This is Face Off.
Diggins got there faster than I did.
Who directed Face Off, Diggins? Do you know?
I believe a little man by the name of John Woo.
He probably is pretty little. I would say that is correct. So that's 5. Yeah, that's a 7-pointer. Now, DJ, they technically are enough points for you on the board to get this.
If I swept, I'm going to keep watching.
Totally could. I would say these are 2 of the more well-known ones.
I'm going to keep scanning through the Punisher.
I don't think you know them, but you could. All right, next up. what movie did John Travolta play a character who was, in the movie's case, I would say definitely like charged with, or like if he was charged, I don't know how it ends, with kidnapping and stalking. It's a movie people know, kind of, where he did stalking and kidnapping. And I will say, this is one of his most recent movies. This is from 2019.
Gotti No.
Stalking and kidnapping. And I would say he played a character named Moose. You may know that classic movie starring Moose, the stalker / kidnapper. Anybody want to take a guess? Diggins? If you get it, you win pretty much. DJ, if you don't get it and get the director, then you pretty much lose. But we're still going to do the last one. Anyone want to take a guess? 2019 John Travolta movie. Moose is his character's name. All right, this is a movie called. Yeah. Oh, DJ,
no. Just give it to Diggins. Okay. I was going to say, congratulations, he did it.
Congratulations, Diggins. This is a movie called The Fanatic. It is a notoriously bad movie where he plays a mentally challenged person, and it's really, really bad. Directed by Fred Durst. And then last one on this list.
How did you think I would know that?
It's like a kind of famous new bad movie. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. There's lots of YouTubers that have done like kind of deep dives on how weird it is. It's very weird. It's about a guy that kidnaps people, or he's a fan who kidnaps a famous person, and then it goes bad from there. But horrible performance. Okay, last one. This was he committed the crimes of breaking and entering in farm, ballot stuffing, vandalism, and reckless driving. In what movies could you have conceivably arrested John Travolta's character for breaking and entering on a farm, ballot stuffing to an extent, vandalism, and reckless driving? Also, there's probably other crimes in this. It depends on what you would charge them with. But that's why I'm thinking vandalism's kind of a safe bet for what happens. And I will say this movie came out in 1976. It's a movie from 1976 where he plays a character named Billy Nolan. Do you want to take a guess? Breaking and entering on a farm, ballot stuffing, kind of, vandalism, and then reckless driving. No guesses? All right. This is 1976's Carrie. In the Carrie movie, John Travolta plays the jerky boyfriend who steals the cow's blood or pig's blood from the farm, and then stuffs ballots to make her homecoming queen, vandalizes her, and then dies in a car accident. Directed by Brian De Palma, very famously. So Dickens, wow, ran away with it. Even without the original points, you had 5 points to DJ's 3. So final total 7 to 3, and you won. What was this game called again? Saturday Night Fever. The John Travolta character crimes game. Yep.
Yeah, good game. Good. I like this one. So this is a good game.
He's a bad guy. I would say. I mean, what crime does he commit in this besides murdering a bunch of people? It's like money laundering. I think is his main crime.
It seems like that's what he does.
At some point, the guy explains that one guy from Ocean's 11, I think, explains it, and that's what I remember. There's probably other crimes involved. But yeah, I don't know why either, because like John Travolta, I think in a lot of the time is a very nice guy. Like in his movies, he's kind of likable and like, hey, it's me. But so many of the recent movies he's been in, he is some sort of mobster or whatever. And yeah, it's interesting. And sometimes he's bad at it, but we'll find out more about that. Only sometimes, sometimes he's worse at it than other times. I'll say. I don't know. Swordfish is kind of fun. I don't know what that movie's up to. Also, it's really hard to figure out what his crimes would be because technically he was kind of part of the government, maybe or not, and maybe he didn't even do them. So at the end of the movie, also, is it illegal to fake your death? I was wondering about this. Would that be considered a kind of fraud?
I think it is. I think it's a kind of fraud.
I'd have to assume, right? But anyway, yeah. So Diggins, as the winner of Saturday Night Fever, you get to tell us what you thought of 2004's The Punisher.
Wow. Well, guys, let me take it back in a little time capsule to a more innocent era.
Mm-hmm.
The Iraq War was starting.
Yeah.
And finished. We got mission accomplished the same year. So I think
that's true. We got him.
Right. Yeah. It was definitely done by then.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no MCU, and we were just sort of happy with whatever slop was thrown in our trough, which is so different from now. But then came a little movie called The Punisher, starring Thomas Jane, who's maybe not the best fit in the world for the character of Frank Castle, but
maybe.
I think this movie is pretty fun. I think it's very much like a throwback to like 80s, like Stallone, Schwarzenegger sort of movies, like your Commandos or your First Bloods, where it's like kind of a very silly, over the top sort of action, and like cheesy one-liners, and just like really leaning into the kind of like old school, like R-rated goofy action that I think certainly back then really didn't get made anymore, because that was after The Matrix and everyone wanted to be The Matrix.
Yeah.
Even now we don't get a ton of. Usually when we get these, they're much more self-serious in a way that I don't like. But so, I mean, I'll be honest, this movie, it feels like they left half of it on the cutting room floor. There's some jumps that get made where I'm like, I don't understand how we got here. And some characters who feel pretty inexplicable.
Yep.
But I think there's enough fun moments for me that it stays on the enjoyable side of like kind of low rent and goofy. So I had a good time with it. I think they understood what they were doing and like what they were working with well enough to like make the most of it, and that it turned out pretty well. Now, critics hated it, and audiences didn't particularly love it either. It didn't do super well, I don't think.
Yeah.
So they didn't make another one until they sort of did, but then Thomas Jane dropped out and it became Punisher Warzone.
Yeah.
It's a very different movie.
And they did make that one short that's kind of him that like isn't Punisher, but it's like at a laundromat. Have you ever seen that?
I don't think so.
I believe it's called Dirty Laundry, and the premise is like a character who is nobody, who could it be, gets justice in a laundromat or something. It's like it's a short that is not a Marvel short, but is supposed to be his kind of, I would have been a good Punisher, like movie that he made by himself, I think, or something. Okay. So, yeah.
I think people who are big fans of the Punisher sometimes say like this is not really a good representation of the character, which I'm sure is probably true. I'm not really a big Punisher person. He's the
You're a criminal.
What?
You're a criminal. Yeah.
I was going to say he's the favorite superhero of fascists and pigs, but I repeat himself.
Yeah.
Which when he's written well, I feel like that's not true, but he often isn't. And instead you have, cops unironically wearing the Punisher logo because they crave the ability to senselessly slaughter people, which they have, frankly.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a very,
Right, but they want to drop even the pretense.
Right, that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so for that reason, I don't really have like a strong love for the Punisher. I mean, I don't think any of that's the character's fault. It's a fictional character. It's fine. But, it leaves the whole thing a little sour for me. So if this is a bad representation, I accept that that's probably true. I don't particularly care. But yeah, no, that's how I feel about it. I think it's like a fun kind of old school B movie. What about you, DJ? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I think my thoughts are pretty similar. Like my quick review would be like, this movie sucks, but I'm not mad about it. Like, it tropes so much. Like there's so many fucking tropes in this movie, but also there are unhinged things that you would never see coming. There are just moments where the movie grabs you. It's like, yeah, I bet you didn't think we were going to do that. And I'm like, fuck, I didn't think you were going to do that. I didn't think you were going to just like, I guess spoiler free for a 20-plus-year-old movie, but I'll do my best. Like, I didn't think you were going to take a lady and throw her off a bridge and then get run over by a train. Like, I didn't think you'd do all of that. Maybe you'd pick and choose. Like, at like moments like that where it's like, you know, like the real lean in moments. So, yeah.
That's
like,
right, ladies. Lean in.
Lean in, baby.
Yep.
Lean into the train.
That's how you. Yeah, it's unfortunate that like the worst part of the movie is a lot of the performances fall flat and the writing is fucking terrible. The writing in this movie is crazy.
What?
I need to like. Okay, so you know when we'll eventually get to our wheel slices, I usually have like a scant. I'm like, I don't know, but like I have so many notes. I don't know I'm gonna get to all of them.
Wow.
But like I showed my phone up to the camera so Diggins and Nando could see. But like at the very end of the movie, the Punisher's like, you can check my work, read the newspaper. And someone's like, what section? And he goes, sports. No, he says obituaries.
Yeah.
Like, check the newspaper. I got it.
Check the newspaper.
I understood what that meant. He didn't need the follow-up of obituaries.
DJ, where you and I differ is I think that line fucking rules.
I like to be treated with some amount of respect as a reviewer.
The jumble, that's where you can find my crimes. That was a thing in 2004. Like, probably still is.
If, like, she could have said, I don't understand, or what do you mean? And he goes, check the obituaries. But she goes, what section? Like, please tell me where in the news. Opinion. I got some thoughts on the local board of elections.
I'm becoming a newspaper pundit.
Yeah.
I got some intense thoughts about the Yankees I previously stated as a thing that would make me upset. I don't know. Like, yeah, I get it. Those are really nitpicky. Hey,
that's how
mostly
you know he's a
nitpicking.
hero, because he doesn't like when the Yankees win.
Yeah, it really turned me off to the character. But yeah, no, like it's fun. Like it's definitely worth a watch. It's 2 hours, but it doesn't feel too long, right? They could have done some stuff to make it a tight 90, but I understand there's
already so much missing from this movie.
But they put some John Travolta stare downs in there to really, pad it, to really bring some intensity to the scenes. Also, some of the scenes are lit so fucking poorly. I don't think this movie had a lighting designer. I think sometimes they just like set up some floodlights and we're like, we'll see what happens. Well,
beautiful.
We'll just see what happens.
This movie was made for, like, by Hollywood standards, basically nothing.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, but I'll look that up now actually because I'm curious.
It's like, go watch it. It's on Peacock. It's fun. I'm rewatching it right now to prep for the summary. The fun thing is you could just skip forward 10 seconds by screenshot, and I'm like, oh yeah, those are the beats of the movie. So I feel so prepared for this summary. So I will throw it over to Nando. Nando, what did you think of this movie while I continue to watch it, but also listen to your incredible review?
So I'd seen this movie when I was younger. I don't think I saw it in theaters, but I was like, at some point I had seen it because like there was this thing that people would say where it's like Thomas Jane would have been a good Punisher, but the movie's dumb. But like, that's the kind of thing you can love about it. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I understand why someone would think that. But when it's like its own thing and it's just like a movie about a guy who's a FBI, guy, undercover impression man, and like his family goes to Puerto Rico for a big trip, I think this movie's pretty cool. I don't think this movie does a good job at Punisher stuff. It's almost like this movie doesn't have the license to the Punisher or something like that. So he doesn't do very much punishing. Or like it's like this is like a take on the Punisher where it's like, what if it was the Punisher, but like he was nice and like instead of torturing a guy, he didn't do that. And it's like, that's a weird way to do this, but like I enjoyed it. And I think all the weird side characters are fun. This is the comic that the Disney Plus show is kind of based on, except not really. But like the Ma Nucci character comes from the Welcome Back Frank comic, which is the one where he moves into an apartment with these three guys and fights the Russian. I believe it was supposed to be kind of that. And then John Travolta was like, I'll be in it. And they're like, okay, you're different. Bad guy's a different guy now. It's John Travolta. Where do we'll do all that stuff instead. So like that part of it is fun. John Travolta's weird in it. All of his guys are weird. But I had a good time with it. It's a very silly movie. The action is fine. It's one of those movies where like, cause it's The Punisher, it's okay. At least for me. How like cliche all of the beats are as they kind of start popping up of like his retirement and the guy is driving up to his house as his family is having a big party. But what it is, and that's kind of where the movie won me. He's in the thing examining a gun with his father or father-in-law.
Father,
can't remember.
Father,
just father. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then the people come to murder everybody in his family and start by killing his mom, the father's wife. And they both just take some guns and go like, we got to do Punisher stuff now to get in. Like, so like the movie doesn't like fuck around. It's just like, all right, we're about to do it. Also, like he just decides to be the Punisher and is like, that's maybe the craziest part of the movie to me is like how little buildup there is to him going full Punisher. And all the stuff where they do like little stuff where it's like, this is why this is all really adorable. So yeah, I like this movie. I think it's fun. Bad movie, probably. Bad Punisher movie, definitely, but entertaining. And like I've never seen. So Warzone, I've seen bits and pieces of. I've been told that's kind of the right tone for what this was going for, but it's just not as like it just didn't hit. And then we got Bernthal Punisher. So like I like that we have this silly one. And there's obviously the one Dolph Lundgren was Punisher back before this, but nobody talks about that one. Maybe we will in the future, but. Yeah, I would say like
if we want to hear Punisher doing more crazy accents.
Yeah. Is that what this is a reference to, by the way? Is that
maybe.
I wonder. I didn't even think about that. But still, like he's a blonde guy with like a kind of dorky accent. His name's like what is it, like Ulf
Otto
or something
Krieg,
like Otto, that's it. Yeah.
Which does mean Otto War.
Ooh, very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I like I think probably because I was a child when I watched all these, I did like this and the Daredevil movie that's clearly bad, and like the Spider-Man movies that are bad. Well, the one of them that's bad from around that time. Like those movies, the charm.
You were about to get some incredulous looks from me saying those Spider-Man movies are bad.
Just that one, but maybe we live in a post Spider-Man Brand New Day world, and all Spider-Man movies pale in comparison. Who knows? We'll find out next week. But yeah, so like I think predisposed to like one of these movies. I kind of expected it would be dumber than it is, or like it would work worse. And also I don't really like Punisher comics. I think he's fun in comics. Like he's interesting as like a foil, but like the comics where it's just like the Punisher's got to do a thing. I don't know. It's all the same, or it's like weird. And there's just, yeah, he's a character that like really overstays his welcome. And sometimes that's interesting, but doesn't tend to create amazing stories.
I forget if we said this on mic or not, but like the Punisher can never actually learn anything, because if he did, he'd stop being the Punisher.
Exactly. And like that would be cool. I think that would be and he almost does learn something here about like, we'll get to it, but it's but yeah, all those movies and all Punisher books kind of fall into that trap. But speaking of trap, DJ, you were trapped in
so fucking trapped.
Summaryville. You have to summarize this movie. Well, let me see what the thingy is going to be.
I feel kind of okay about it. I'm gonna miss stuff because I'm dumb, but
well, it'll be hard to tell if you're missing stuff because you're dumb or if you're missing stuff because it's not actually in the movie.
Yeah.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. That's all anyone could ever ask of me is to do my best, right?
That's right.
I don't
That's right.
have to prove anything to anybody.
Well, let me get the thing going. Let me
So they have a John Travolta online-stopwatch.com.
They don't, although we've definitely seen that there's bombs. There's also there are a couple of them that I don't hate for this. Let's see. All right, DJ, I got a timer going. This is Goo Timer. Originally, I was it kind of looks like flowing blood, but then I remembered what this one is, and it's all the colors. So it can be like flowing motor oil, like from a car,
or floating white goo from a title sequence.
Yes, exactly. There's a lot of this is a very gooish movie. A lot of movies this year.
Yeah,
this Supergirl. We've had a lot of goo movies going on on the podcast. But
I always love good goo movie.
Love it.
I mean, the Spider-Man movie, he gets his organic web shooters and it looks gross and he's like, ew, it's goo. That's so yeah, that's how you know the movie's good. Did Odyssey have any goo?
Did Odyssey have any goo?
You have like the Cersei stuff, but I wouldn't say that's goo.
No, I mean that's more. I would say that's like slop. That's what she's feeding them. She's feeding them slop, not goo.
Yeah.
Could use some goo. No, not a lot of goo.
Not a lot of blood because Christopher Nolan hates blood. So
does he hate blood?
He doesn't like his scenes aren't very gory, right? I feel like we talked about this. Last week.
That's fair because all the swords are clearly not hitting the guys they're supposed to be hitting. So because he can't choreograph a fight scene anyway. Just kidding. It wouldn't be swords anyway. It's well, I guess he gets swords at the end of it. There's a while where it's swords actually.
Yeah.
Remember we swing around those axes? That was so cool. Okay, I'm going to start the thing. 15 minutes. You got to say Punisher. Punisher should have axes on the little stick. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Frank Castle. He's an undercover FBI agent, and his last job is he's doing a drug bust, and he does one. But
is he a DJ?
What? Oh, we cannot start with me already. What?
Is he not just some random blonde man? I don't know.
Isn't this a deal for guns?
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right, fine. It's deal for guns, sure. And he doesn't matter. That's that. How dare you? And he's there undercover to see the gun thing and stop it or whatever. So he pretends to die. He fakes his death, but in the process, the son of like a money launderer guy, whatever, fixer John Travolta, is killed.
He appears to be like publicly a respectable businessman.
Yeah,
but he's not that because of the crime tiebreaker we did. So there'd be consequences, but put a pin in that. So Frank Castle faked his death so he could fake his death, I guess, and not be a cop no more. So before he retires, he's doing a big family reunion party in Puerto Rico with his wife and his son. And his son gets him a cool t-shirt and be like, Dad, look at this cool Punisher t-shirt I got you. The dad's like, wow, what a cool Punisher t-shirt. And his dad is like, look at these cool guns. I got some custom guns. Putting these here for no reason. He's got custom guns.
Nice.
Meanwhile, it's the funeral for the John Travolta's son. And he's like, I'm so sad that my son was killed. But he has like an informant who played the IT guy from Ocean's 11, who's like, Frank Castle's the one who did this, but he's still alive. He faked his death, but he's alive, and he's in Puerto Rico, and you go get him. And John Travolta's like, all right, wife, I'm gonna go get the guy who killed our son. And she says, no, don't just get him, get his whole family.
Oh my God.
She's doing the punishing now.
So careful what you do. So John Travolta sends all his guys down to Puerto Rico, and they do a bunch of murders. Frank Castle and his dad, they try and bust the guy up, but they do some good. But unfortunately, Frank Castle's dad dies. The mom and the son, Frank Castle's wife and son, try to get away, and they almost get away, but there's a car crash while they're fleeing. And then, they kind of build the suspense up here where it's like, oh, how are they going to die? And they just get run over by a car. They are killed by being run over by a car. And
we'll talk about it. I feel like we'll get into the logistics of that.
So Frank Castle goes to their not mangled bodies, and he's like, oh my God, this is horrible. And he sees the guys who killed him. And he's like, I'm going to kill you. Bang, 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 shotgun. But oh no, they're too good. So they subdue Frank Castle, and they shoot him in the chest. They cover him in gasoline. They cover the dock he's on in gasoline, and they light it on fire, and then it explodes. And Frank Castle lands in the water with several gunshot wounds, and he's bleeding. But then a cool guy in a boat rescues him. I don't know who this person is. I'm sure we'll talk about it. Nando would refer to this person.
Some guy.
Well, what do you mean, DJ? When he gets him, he's like, "Don't worry, Frank Castle, it's me, Candelaria."
Yeah. I guess
like,
that's
it's Candelaria. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's all we needed to know. So then smash cut. He's just kind of better now. He's just made better. So he goes back to Puerto Rico, the place where his family's killed. He's like, oh my God, this is so sad. And then but it's okay because John Travolta got news that Frank Castle's dead. So hooray. Frank Castle's dead. So then Frank Castle's like, all right, I gotta go back to Tampa. That's right. I think Tampa is like where all this like takes place.
Yep.
Tampa, Miami, stuff like that.
Home base, Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes back to Tampa and he like sets up a home base with like guns and mines and stuff in like it's I guess an apartment complex where I'm just gonna call the Three Amigos live. There's the Three Amigos. There's guy with a lot of piercing in his face. There's lady, and then there's other guy where he wears flannel. I'm gonna say other guy wears flannel. I think his name is Bumpo.
It's really honestly, DJ, kudos to you for not saying the thing that is obviously was supposed to stick in your mind as the physical characteristic.
I already got in trouble that when we did the Deadpool 2 podcast, Diggins. I wouldn't make that mistake again. That shit has haunted me since it happened.
This is Frank Miller's fault. This had nothing to do with you. You could describe him as the guy who eats and sings. What's his other trait? Sings opera all day. You know, he's played by an actor people probably recognize, right? I feel like I can't place him, but I've seen him in stuff before.
I just had the cast list up.
Yeah. Anyway,
Goo's falling. There's no time with this Goo timer, which is horrifying. Nando, I can't believe you've done this to me.
I know, right?
So Frank Castle, he decides what he has to do. He's got to find out the most he can about John Travolta. So he kidnaps his informant, and he's like, "I'm gonna torch you in the most insane way possible. I'm gonna blowtorch you, but I'm gonna explain it in a way where it doesn't seem like you'll feel it. So I'm gonna use like a popsicle to make it feel cold. We'll probably talk about that later." But he tortures this man in the most insane way possible by pretending to burn his flesh, but actually just using a popsicle to make it cold because he's like, well, that's how a blowtorch works. It's just incredible. Don't worry about it. And he's like, fine, I'll talk. So he gives him the whole lowdown. What's this guy's name? Howard Saint?
Like you're talking about the bad guy?
Yeah,
that's
Howard
John Travolta's
Saint.
character, yeah.
Yep. So he gives the lowdown on Howard Saint, his fixer, Mr. Glass. That's how I remember his name. His name is Mr. Glass, and his wife.
Just like that movie.
Just like that movie.
First name Mr. Last name Glass.
Second name Glass. Yeah, he has a big G on his little zipper. Probably we haven't seen it, but he should get one.
So Frank Castle decides inexplicably to like go back to the FBI and be like, "I'm back and I'm angry. Why the fuck is anyone who killed my family behind bars?" And they're like, "We don't fucking know. What are we supposed to do? Like, don't get mad at us." So Frank Castle decides to take matters into his own hands. So what he does, he goes to a bank where Howard Saint has his money, and he robs it, and then has the money just like cut. He gets a hole in the glass, and he just throws money out the window. Here, money for the people. Real class act.
He's a cool guy.
And then two of his goons confront the Punisher, and he's like, "Look at my cool Punisher shirt," and he shoots them both. So now Howard Saint, he sure is in trouble. So now the Torres brothers come to him and be like, "Hey, you said you would protect our money, but what?
DJ, you wish it was as realistic as the Torres brothers."
Yeah.
I believe they are the Toro brothers.
They are the Toro brothers.
The Toro brothers. Fine. The Toro brothers, cool name, are like, "Hey, why did Frank Castle do that with all our money?" And he's like, "What? Frank Castle? No, that's bad. Why is Frank Castle back?" So he decides he's gonna have to say about that.
Before he does that, doesn't he do the golf stunt?
Yeah.
Where Frank Castle like throws the gravestone on his golf
that's right.
range somehow.
Right. That's like the "I'm back." Right. That's his "I'm back."
Scratches the numbers off of it from when he died.
He takes his gravestone, scratches the numbers off, and like, "It's me, Frank Castle. I'm back." because I know you golf every day, because that's something I got from the informant. Right. So he know prior to that Frank Castle's back. He's mad about it. I believe at this point, maybe he says send the assassin, or at some point he's like, get our best assassin and go kill Frank Castle. That might be after the money part. But before that, there's a little scene in the apartment where Frank Castle confronts a boyfriend of the lady, and he's like, get out of here, I'm Frank Castle. And then the three amigos are like, wow, Frank Castle's so cool. I have no idea how much time is left. This good timer is a poison.
Real quick, who plays the three guys? Because I think that's kind of helpful.
I'm not. No,
none of them. You don't know any of them. Ben Foster is Stacker Dave.
Okay.
John Pinette is Bumpo, famous comedian, and then the last one you didn't recognize her. So Rebecca Romaine from Mystique from those X-Men movies.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, we love doing Marvel shit. Okay.
Yeah. Married to John Stamos.
At this time.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So meanwhile, so Frank Castle decides, I don't know how he comes up with this, but we learn he comes up with, he's essentially, he's blackmailing Mr. Glass, who is Howard Saint's informant. And he's like, hey, I have pictures of you with your boyfriend. Come here.
He's gay?
He's gay. Whoa. 2004. What a crime.
No way.
I have pictures with you with your boyfriend. I'm going to ransom you. Come to this place at this time so I can ransom you. He's using this as a way to frame Mr. Glass to get Howard Saint to think that he's cheating, and that his wife is cheating on him with Mr. Glass.
Oh, and that's immediately clear that that's what he's doing when this scene happens, right, DJ?
No, but we kind of get, we'll get there.
I just wanted to emphasize how utterly baffled I was by what he was doing when this scene first happened.
Yeah, just fucking crazy. But that is what it's leading up to, because she goes to the movies every Thursday by herself, nicely dressed. Oh, isn't that suspicious? But it's fine.
And also, Howard Saint is very protective of his wife and stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't trust her.
There's also a scene where Howard Saint is like just watching his son, like just about to bang a scantily clad lady, which I think is just
watching
insane.
His son about to bang a scantily clad lady. He happens upon the son, and then when the scantily clad lady comes in, he's like, all right, I'll go. I'm done here.
It's kind of weird. So then
you should have high-fived him,
that's
that would have been pretty cool.
So then it's time. So Frank Castle's eating breakfast in with the three amigos at a diner that I guess she works at or whatever. And sure. And then a man with a guitar case comes in and is like, showdown with Frank Castle. Frank Castle's like, well, I better get my gun ready. But no, it's fine. The assassin just sings a song about how he's going to kill Frank Castle and then leaves. And then a scene later.
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't fucking care. Johnny Cash.
What?
Oh, it's cool.
No.
What's his name?
Somewhat dumber.
I don't know his name.
Harry Heck.
Oh, Harry Heck, cool. He also smokes cigarettes weird. He's like does it like between his fingers, like but the base of his fingers like close to his palm.
Yeah, like a French person or something. I'm really not sure, but yeah.
But then the next scene, he's in a car and he just rams Frank Castle. It's like, oh my god, this guy's gonna kill me, but it's fine. He's the assassin has him at gunpoint, but Frank Castle he pulls out a knife and the assassin goes, "You brought a knife to a gunfight? What an idiot!" But he's the idiot because the knife can shoot. He shoots the knife like a gun into his neck. It's insane. It's the shooting blade knife. It's incredible. So that's another assassin that was taken down. So and then he goes to blow up more money of Howard Saint's money, and the Toro brothers are mad, and Howard Saint's like, this is horrible. What am I gonna do? Get the Russian to do something.
The Russian.
Oh my god!
So there's cool. Guy. There's a cool scene where the three amigos trick Frank Castle into having dinner. That's a cute scene. And then the lady's like, "Hey, I know you might have a dead wife, but we can make new memories." And he's like, "No, I'm just gonna think about my dead wife. Shut up." So then the Russian bursts in the doors, and he's dressed like Where's Waldo, and he's so big, and Frank Castle can't do anything. He stabs him, and nothing happens.
And he's so Kevin Nash.
He's just so Kevin Nash.
He's so Kevin Nash.
He's the most Kevin Nash there ever been. How much time is left?
Some.
So Frank Castle gets a boiling pot of water on Kevin Nash and then tackles him and kills Kevin Nash. But Frank Castle is so beat up. He's so fucking beat up. Like, we have to get him to a hospital. He's like, I can't. I'm Frank Castle. Don't take me to a fucking hospital, you idiots. So they have to hide his body while Howard Saint's other guys come in. I guess they were the backup to the Russian in case the Russian failed. And they're like, hey, three amigos, where's Frank Castle? We're not going to tell you shit. And then he's like, well, I guess I'm going to pull all these piercings out of your face and torture you till you tell me. And he's like, I'm not going to tell you. Frank Castle's my best friend. So they're like, oh, they didn't tell us anything. So I guess Frank Castle's not here. He'll tell up eventually. Okay, bye. So Frank Castle's like, wow, you guys are so cool, but I'm going to leave now. Hey, I'm going to go take a fire hydrant. And I'm going to set up more blackmail.
He did the fire hydrant thing so long ago, but
okay,
it's fine. It kind of comes to fruition here, though, because it hasn't, hasn't paid off yet.
It barely matters. I don't know how much time I have left.
Well, then you better go fast.
Okay, so it's time for the final showdown. So Howard, Frank Castle is set up with the guy, Mr. Glass. It's like, I'm going to blackmail you. Show up here at this time. And he's like, God, this is so weird. He tells the informant to tell Howard that hey, your wife's at this hotel, so is Mr. Glass, and he has all this like corroborating info. So Howard Saint figures out or decides that his wife is cheating on him with Mr. Glass, so he kills both Mr. Glass and his wife. Frank Castle decides, I'm just gonna go kill the Saints. So at like a big meeting at their hotel or somewhere, Frank Castle just goes in and systematically assassinates all of Howard Saint's guys in like really cool and fun ways, and using a lot of things like C4 and stuff like that, because he's the Punisher now, and that's what he does until he gets like a final showdown with Howard Saint, where he shoots Howard Saint, ties him to a car, drives the car into a car lot that I guess Howard Saint owns, and then blows up the car systematically to make a cool fiery Punisher logo, and is and
shows him that he fabricated the evidence about the cheating, so he killed his best friend and his wife for no reason.
Yes, he shows him that, like, I made you do these things. I'm so cool. I'm the Punisher. And he tells the three amigos that, like, yeah, I'm the Punisher now. Isn't that really cool? I hope I do cool Punisher things. And I literally don't know how much is left on this goo timer. I might have 30 seconds
pretty close
left.
to the
have
end.
2 minutes left. There's no way to know. This timer is diabolical. This is a mean timer. I guess I finished early. That's
you're
really
pretty
cool.
close to done, right? I feel like there's
no.
no.
When will the goo stop? When does the goo tell us it's done? Is there a sound effect? I'm gonna keep talking.
Maybe it solidifies somehow.
This is. What if there's like 5 minutes left? What if I could have talked more?
There's
about the
definitely
fire
not 5 minutes
or
left.
the earrings, or did I miss anything huge?
The gayness. You forgot about? No, you didn't. You talked about that.
Yeah, she did tell. Howard's wife was like, there's no way I cheated on you with Mr. Glass. He's gay. And it's like, well, that's not,
it can't happen. It cannot be. They would never the twain shall meet, they say.
So really, what's going on with the goo timer? Why isn't it a cube of glue?
I mean, it's still going, I guess. I don't know.
We do have the sound off. Maybe a big sound played and it's like, it's over.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
because that's like the sound of it going slosh. I feel like the alarm would be going.
I'm guessing the goo timer stopped.
Okay. Well, you know what?
I mean, we're done.
I'm gonna stop the sharing of screen, but I will keep an eye on this.
All right, so Nando's gonna keep an eye on the goo timer. Purposes. I definitely didn't go over. That's what's important for everyone to know. There was some goo left before I finished.
I'm being hypnotized by the colors because the colors keep changing.
I mean, just set a 1 minute goo timer and then see what happens, and then you'll know.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's that thing where, like, when you close the window, it's gonna be like you're at 14 minutes and 59 seconds. So I'm gonna kind of wait it out. Also, I owe it to the goo timer to
that's fine.
Like, see it through.
Yeah, you monitor the goo timer. Did I miss anything?
Like, I think the cheating thing is a little bit more complicated than you described it, but that is what he tries to frame him for.
Maybe it's
basically the way he does it, and it is not clear that this is what he's doing at first. He goes over to the wife's car, puts a fake fire hydrant in front of it so she gets a ticket, and then also like steals the car, does the blackmail phone call from the car phone to the from the wife's car phone to Mr. Glass, so that later Howard can look and see that she was calling his house. And then drives the car to the hotel and puts the fake fire hydrant in front of it so she gets a ticket from it in that location. And then drives it back before she finishes the movie so she doesn't know any of that happened.
Right. And he also steals her earrings, I think.
Yeah, because he leaves one of the fancy earrings in Mr. Glass's bed.
Yes.
So you were right. There probably was a sound. It probably did that like whong sound, but
Okay.
imagine that would have been in there.
It's cool that it still glows after it's done.
Right?
Yeah, the weird thing about the wife framing thing is you really do have no idea what's happening in real time, and then when it comes to fruition, like an hour and 20 minutes later, it's like, oh, okay. That's what we're doing.
And it's and what's his name is involved in all of it, the one from Ocean's 11, to the point where I think you could just fabricate some of this stuff. You don't have to actually bring the fire hydrant to the thing, but we'll probably talk about it.
Yes.
But yeah, that's pretty good. Doesn't he like almost kill himself at the end of it though, or something? But then he does it because he loves his new family so much.
He looks at a picture of his family and puts a gun to his chin, and then he thinks about his wife being like, no,
yeah,
no. And he doesn't kill himself.
It's a good point, actually, and that she mentions it. Yeah, it's he does that a lot in stuff. It's probably how every episode of the TV show ended. I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, so they're very good, DJ. You got the whole summary.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Everyone loved the goo, except me. We're never going to goo ever again.
We'll see.
It was goo time, and now it's wheel time.
Yeah.
And what kind of wheel was it? Well, this wheel... it was a deleted scene, but they were gonna put the guy from Ocean's 11. They weren't gonna hang him upside down. They were gonna put him on like a torture wheel to spin him. Ooh. And then he would tell the Punisher his most horrible secrets. So I'm gonna spin the torture wheel. Oh, look at that guy getting so dizzy. He's gonna spill his guts and all his secrets. Diggins, the torture wheel has landed on you.
Oh my goodness, on me. Well, it landed on one of mine here that says, one-upping a dead family. I was genuinely so delighted when I realized that for some reason they had decided that this classic Punisher origin of like his wife and kids get gunned down like during like a street gang shootout or whatever it usually is, was not enough. Not big enough for the pictures, for the movies. So instead, it was literally a family reunion gathering of his entire extended family gets executed gangland style by a bunch of armed men. That was so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's like, okay, so like we know... when Punisher is like, wow, what a great family. It's like, oh, well, you're all going to die. But I was wondering, right? Is it like, maybe it's just the wife and the kid gets away, or a kid? No, I knew the kid was going to die too. I guess I wasn't sure if his entire family was going to die or how they would die, but just like rolling up to a beach with like a bunch of guns. And also, by the way, I didn't explain this, but like the guns are all hilarious. Like a couple shotguns, a couple Uzis. Like they're not like, they don't, I don't know. It's very morbid. I'll just put it like that. It's quite morbid.
Very like nobody's got just like, your standard boring assault rifle. It's all like stylish guns.
Yeah, guns that look cool when you shoot them.
But also, I feel like
incredible.
We kind of, I feel like we kind of mentioned this before, but it's easy to forget. They're in Puerto Rico for this. Yes. Like all of these henchmen traveled to Puerto Rico to murder Frank Castle's family, when in reality it seems like if they're anybody but the biggest badasses ever, you could send 2 guys, like, and just have them kill everybody, but then they would have gotten them, so they needed to send like 15 guys knowing that these were the biggest badasses ever. But
it does, I will say you could send 2 guys in terms of like that will probably do it for most just family reunion gatherings in terms of it'll be fine. But in terms of, you want to make sure you kill every single person there. Like nobody runs away and escapes. Nobody like is critically wounded but pulls through. I think you do need a lot of coverage just for like the sheer like square footage of bodies you got to riddle with bullets.
That's true. I guess if you want to do it all in 1 second without like having to line everybody up and then do it, like I feel like if you organize it better. Listen, this is Howard Said's problem. Not a good like manager, and like he doesn't effectively manage people. It's one of his problems. But like send 2 guys, have them get everybody together, torture some or whatever. I don't know. But instead, he sends 15 guys. And maybe they all were like, we want to go on the trip to Puerto Rico. This is like a little vacation for us. So then it can't hate.
Yeah, maybe they like we didn't see because like there's some kind of time skip happens after this. It's not clear how much.
From here to, I think they say like 5 months or something like that, right?
Well, that's 5 months between when this happens and him
being okay.
Not even just being okay. Him like doing stuff back in Tampa.
Right.
There's a time skip just between his recovery here that it's not clear how long that is.
That's true.
And so like they could have, stopped by some beaches afterwards, made a little vacation out of it.
It's also important to know one conversation that Frank Castle has, I think, with his son is like, so we got to do this Puerto Rican family reunion, but then we're going to go to London. Like, we're all going to go to London. That's going to be his like safe plan. And I guess you couldn't get the Guns to London, but I don't know. Howard Saint seems like he's got some pretty motivated assassins. I think he could have killed the family, in London.
I'm sure they could get the Guns to London, but it's harder and more conspicuous to have guns in any place that's not the United States.
Yeah. So I said it during the summary. Diggins kind of tack on to what you're saying. I think it was just like a brave choice just to have the daughter and son the wife and son be run over by a car. Like, there's a lot of ways they could have been killed. Run over by a car, that's a choice.
It's a weird choice though, because like it's like you don't see it on camera, right? Or at least you kind of you see their kind of view getting closer, and then like you don't see anything, and then they're fine besides just they're dead, but like they were surprised by the car or something, and that got him.
Like spoilers for anyone who cares, like at Game of Thrones when Tyrion finds Jaime and Cersei's bodies that have been pummeled to death by stones, and they're just sort of like lying under a thin layer of gravel perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. I think it's weird. That part of it is strange here because like the Punisher's family is just gunned down. It's not like this movie is like, well, we have to kill them in ways that aren't gunned down because that'll be too like hard for people to watch. But then the rest of them aren't after this big chase scene. The wife and son just get bumped, I guess, or something. I don't know.
Part of me was sort of hoping to see the stand-in stunt doll of the child being riddled with bullets.
Me too. Or like being hit by just like flying through the air or something, like an SNL sketch or something where they clearly replaced with a dump. It's just like going, cause like, especially the way that, just the way that scene goes, they're being chased down a pier by a car. Mm-hmm. And it like doesn't even seem like the way they're going to be gotten is by being run over by the car. It feels like what's going to happen is they're going to be cornered and shot or something. Because I didn't get a good look at the pier on my first watch. But when I was watching it the first time, I was like, I don't think that car could just keep going. Like that it's kind of stuck there. But they're able to turn around later. We find out there's like some sort of area at the end of the pier. But I don't think it's
typical.
Yeah, no, I guess not. I've never been to Puerto Rico, so I haven't been to like their piers. But definitely Jersey piers, from what I remember, kind of go to the end and then that's it. They don't have a little roundabout or like a cul-de-sac in the pier.
Maybe we don't see the whole time he's like collapsing by the side of his family's bodies and like weeping and clutching them to his chest. The car is just sort of like doing that thing you have to do in like really narrow spaces where it's just like back and forth, like really tiny adjustments each time to turn all the way around.
I think it might be that. I really do, because there's let's see. I bet we can just go back and watch the scene and see like some overhead shot of the pier, and then it's like, they did do a good job. They didn't know. But this is very important stuff. So I'm going to figure this out, but we can move on to the next wheel slice while I do this peer research.
Do it, Dan. Spin the torture wheel.
Sure. I'll go ahead and spin the torture wheel again. That's the Ocean's 11 guy screaming.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
putting popsicle to him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And Nando's doing important research, so it's a good thing it landed on one of DJ's.
Okay.
Awesome. I really want to talk about this. It's minor, but I really want to talk about it. Okay, so this one's called It's Me, the Punishmenter. So right before Frank Castle goes to do his cool, I'm going to kill everyone, but secretly. So I clock this. The movie's about 2 hours. This is at an hour and 43 minutes and 30 seconds. He does his like big punishment speech where it's like, some people don't deserve vengeance. Vengeance is a thing that is emotional. What some people need is punishment. And then he goes, and that's him. And I was like, that's like weird timing. Like, shouldn't this have happened earlier in the movie or at the end of the movie? And then I get to the end of the movie and he does it again. Yeah. He's like, it's me, the man who's going to put all the names in the obituary section of the newspaper, the Punisher.
The Punisher.
And I'm like, did the writers at the end forget what happened 20 minutes? Because only 20 minutes ago. It's not a 3-hour movie and this happened at the halfway point. This speech basically happened 20 minutes prior. Did the writers forget? Did they really want to let it sink in? Like, did he need a monologue before the big thing? Because you could like not have the monologue and have it up in the air. It's like, oh, is this just going to be his revenge thing? What's he going to do? And at the end, it's like, no, I'm not Revenge Man. I'm the Punisher. But no, he's the Punisher twice, and all within the span of 20 minutes. So I don't know. I'll take anyone's thoughts on that. I thought it was interesting.
I mean, this character gets multiple head injuries throughout the movie, right? Maybe he just forgot. Maybe he starts every day with like that little speech thinking he's coming up with it for the first time.
Is he Memento? Does he need all the notes and stuff for what's going on?
Yeah, probably. I'm not saying he's a dumb guy because he's very clever. He's got all his wonderful little trickery that he can do with his little voices and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. If there's one character that I'm like, I think he has some sort of injury that's causing him to repeat his little intro. It's Punisher's a good one for that. Considering he's, pretty stupid.
That's another thing about it that's interesting is throughout the entire movie, it's not clear he's going to become the Punisher, right? Like he wears the shirt his son got him and he gets the Colt 45s, but the whole movie could just be a revenge movie, right? Like if it wasn't called the Punisher, right? It's like, oh, he's going to go after the guy who killed his family, right? And it's revenge back and forth, Revenge gets more revenge. Although I guess the only people the Punisher has left is the three amigos, but they put two beats at the end of the movie that we are establishing the Punisher, and one is right before the climax of the movie. So even structurally within the tone of the movie, I think that is also an interesting choice.
Yeah, but also, I think if we go by Nando's theory that he has 51st dates disease,
okay,
maybe he does his whole revenge story or whatever, and you're right, that's a personal thing, not necessarily Punisher thing. But every day he wakes up and he forgot he got his revenge. So he goes out and he sees people doing crimes and he's like, this must be the people who killed my family. And he kills them. And he's like, I've punished them. I'm the Punisher. And then he falls asleep and he wakes up. He's like, I gotta get the people who killed my family.
That's a great idea.
I like that. I want that as a Punisher run. The amnesia Punisher. So that's all. I said that was a quick one. I have so many of these, but whatever. I'm going to spin the wheel again, torture wheel. Make it stop. Oh God, it hurts. It burns. I'm dizzy. Nando, it landed on one of yours.
Oh, this one just says, Dad, they were selling Punisher shirts on the beach. I didn't expect that the Punisher shirt, I expected it would be a thing when I started watching this movie. I'm like, there's going to be something I can't remember which one of the Punisher things does this, but at one point in some origin of the Punisher, the shirt is it happens by accident or something, the same way that the smiley face shirt happens in Forrest Gump. And I was kind of just assuming we get some version of that. Or
wait, just be the same way the Punisher wipes his face with a shirt that's covered in shit and it has a skull and he's like,
Not exactly that, but maybe it's like bird poop or something. I don't remember what what would it have to be? Could be a lot of things, I guess. But no, I can't remember how it happens and whatever that is. But in this, his son comes home from this beach in Puerto Rico and with his the Punisher's wife, or is it with the wife? No, right? Because it doesn't matter. But the surprises Punisher and he's like, they got me this shirt and it's the scariest one. But the guy said it's got good luck, and it's just a really kind of boring little skull kind of shirt. I thought this was probably pretty realistic. They were selling this shirt on the boardwalk of everywhere, definitely like the Jersey Shore. You could buy this shirt even
seen
before
this
the
shirt.
Punisher existed. I feel like people want to wear big skull on chest, and you know, it's pretty scary, I guess, because the teeth are so long. You're like, what happened to that guy? But
it's a good thing that this didn't happen now, then, because if he was buying Boardwalk shirts, then it would be something about Trump.
That's true.
Oh,
no.
Time now.
yeah,
Trump with the Punisher thing. Oh, those probably already
Or
exist. What am I
something like
talking
one
about?
of my other
Mhm.
favorite ones that I frequently see on the Boardwalk when I go there with my family. I love DILFs.
oh, I like that.
That's
If he was
horrible.
wearing that the whole movie.
What about if it was just jacked Tasmanian devil with like a bandana on? That'd be pretty cool. But instead, it's very lucky that the shirt turned out to be this. I guess it's more what I'm thinking. Because like, yeah, they also, would he have just worn it regularly with his kid to the mall, and everybody would have thought he was insane with his like evil skull shirt from Puerto Rico? And he's like, no, you don't get it. It's a gift. They said the shirt was evil or something, and it's very scary. But I don't know. He, you know, it's kind of handy that his kid gives him this, but then, yeah, he paints the Punisher symbol onto the bulletproof vest anyway, because he knows this is his symbol. And
he explodes it in cars at the end of the
and
movie.
he explodes in cars. Yeah.
Can I take a quick one on that one? How
Sure.
the fuck
I'll
did he
spin the
see
wheel. Tick.
No,
Here we go.
it's not wheel size because it's not
Oh, okay.
worthy. But how did he see the fire that he made the Punisher fire? That like logistically, to describe to the people, he blows up a bunch of cars in a car lot, and then from a drone shot, like 50 feet up, you would see a huge Punisher logo out of the cars on fire in the parking lot. How the fuck could I know? Like marching bands, they have a way to know. Like for college games,
you use the power of your imagination and like some math.
Well, he fucking nailed it. So
Honestly, I think this is more doable than not doable, because it's like the car's lot is a grid. So if you plan it out right, you can say this car, this car, this car, this car, this car, this car, not this one, this one, this one, and then you can come up with it. I'm more like confused about that by the idea of like, what does this accomplish? Because the Punisher, like, part of the whole deal with the Punisher is that he's doing punishment to kind of deter other punishment in the future. Like, so that
criminals don't do this or else I'll come after you. Yeah.
Right. So unless you're there when that explodes, does anybody know this happened? Like, which part of the details of this story get out? Because like when you get back, the whole lot would be on fire because the fire would have spread. So the Punisher symbol won't be there. The only person that knows that he killed all of Howard Saint, like, it's cool that he made Howard Saint kill all of his people, but like he doesn't like know that. Like nobody else knows that, unless the one guy tells the story, I guess. But I don't know. I feel like as a Punisher story, he's got to do a little bit better of a job at like keeping enough guys alive to spread the rumor and like the legend. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like it's going to matriculate the way that he wants. But
yeah, that's fair.
Maybe the burned out hulks of the car after the fires go out, of the cars after the fires go out, would still kind of, vaguely be the Punisher symbol, and that sort of helps.
I hope so.
I would like to add to the list. Nando thinks he can make any kind of symbol he wants, given the resources to like blow up cars in a car lot.
I think this is super doable.
I think this is one spot where Nando's confidence is warranted.
Really?
I think this is easier than you think it is, DJ.
All right, that's my bad then. Sure, okay.
Like I would have to know how long a car. I'd have to plan it at home. But once I get there, and as long as all the cars are where they're supposed to be, then I think it can be done.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Well, maybe. But what would your symbol be if you were the Punisher based on your favorite shirt? Do you guys have a favorite shirt?
I do have a favorite shirt.
My Knights of Ren shirt that DJ got me.
Oh yeah, that is a great shirt.
Obviously,
that'd be hard to explain.
See, I have a favorite shirt, but
mobsters.
The symbol doesn't. I have a New Jersey Devil. Actually, no. My favorite Knicks. No, my favorite shirt's my Knicks championship shirt. What am I talking about?
Right,
that's my favorite shirt. So it'd be like the Knicks champion 2026. Yeah, that's what I would blow up in a car lot. 100%.
There's gonna be a lot of those in the future because that'll be a lot of people's favorite shirt. So when they become the Punisher, they'll all have that. It'll seem like they're a team.
Philadelphia, watch out. That's
right.
Just on fire at a baseline. So
no, we're back. That's the thing. We're immune because we're all covered in it at all times. And You're gonna be like, it's okay. We'll send our robot to get him. It's like that won't work here.
Oh no,
We'll get the robot.
Robots have a bad track record in Philly.
Yeah, it's all over, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my favorite shirt is probably one with I was gonna say one of my favorite shirts is just a shirt that I have that has the Daredevil symbol on it, but that would be confusing for everybody.
Yeah, people like Daredevil's back, or
He'd get real mad at you.
He
He
would.
would send his favorite lawyer.
Ooh,
to sue you,
to sue
over
me.
copyright
That would be
infringement.
fun. Yeah, they should do that more in these. Maybe they will in the next one. Probably not in the Spider-Man one, but maybe in like 15 Spider-Man ones from now, they'll have like a lawsuit one. I guess he went to court in the last movie, kind of, but we didn't see it. We saw him like preparing for court, and then we saw it was done.
You did it, yay!
Yeah, I want him to have to go to trial. Anyway, I'm gonna spin the wheel with the guy on it. Tick 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 tick. Ooh, landed on one of yours, DJ. What does that say here?
Oh, that's cool. It landed on one of mine.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always
so
fun to have a non-standard order.
yeah, this one is "It's me, your plot device." I need to talk about. I can't remember his name, but the man who rescues the Punisher after he's so.
Candelaria, everyone's
Candelaria.
favorite character.
What is the deal with this guy?
Well, I want to explain how the Punisher, because I kind of glossed over it. So he gets shot in the knee by the bad guys. He's then like beat up more, and then he's put up on the dock. He's shot in the chest, covered in gasoline. The dock is covered in gasoline. They light the dock on fire. It explodes, and he explodes off the dock into the water.
Well, now, DJ, I think you'll find that right before it explodes, an invisible wire pulls him backwards.
Oh,
and
right.
He goes flying back.
Is that the Candelari? Did he do that?
Maybe
he used his fishing rod to like he hooked the back of Punisher's shirt and pulled him backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the deal with this guy? He's a comic guy, I assume. Nando, you know all about this guy, I assume?
Oh, I have no idea who this guy is.
Oh.
I couldn't even guess.
What the fuck are we doing then? I should have Googled, I guess.
That's the thing. The Punisher's so simple usually that it's like, I don't know. I mean, some of these guys are his guys, but then he's got his guy Microchip or whatever from the show. He was in the show. But I mean, he could have more guys, but they're I don't know any of them.
Oh, it doesn't seem like he's an established guy unless I can't use Google.
Yeah.
But so
no, I feel like that's probably true.
So then what's going on? Who is he? Why does he save the Punisher?
He's the guardian of the Puerto Ricos. Like he just shows up whenever you fall off a thing and gets you.
If you had to pick a different way how the Punisher was saved from this scenario, being shot a few times, once in the chest, being covered in gasoline, lit on fire, and being exploded, how would you have him get out of this?
Like it's Puerto Rico, so maybe like a bachelorette party or something on like a party boat or something could drive by and get him or something like that, you know? Like I feel like, and they'd be like, ooh, a man, and then he'd be like, I'm the Punisher or whatever, and then they'd be like, yeah, he's annoying, and then they put him in like a room, and he'd just be in that room in the boat for a couple of like days. That would be my version of it. Because I feel like there's I mean clearly there's some tourists there, unless does his dad live there?
Yes, it seems to.
That's his house, right? Yeah.
That's his dad's house.
Also, did you recognize his dad? I didn't realize this until I saw it just on the thing. The actor that plays him.
No.
Roy Scheider, the cop from Jaws, the main Jaws guy. Yeah, you never see him in stuff. I mean, now I think he's dead, but like for a while,
that's probably why.
Yeah, that never stopped a Punisher. So
that's
he wants to take a lesson from his favorite movie he ever did. He could learn a thing or two.
Jaws could have saved the Punisher. Why couldn't an animal have saved the Punisher, right? Couldn't an animal have swam up and it's like, why, maybe Namor pops out and is like, Frank Castle, I've decided you need another chance, right? Just have any fucking thing happen. Have Doctor Strange open a portal and be like, it's decided that you're now the Punisher and you've been saved,
Namor would hate Howard Saint if Howard Saint did pollution or something, maybe.
That's true.
Be like, I want you to kill him.
He's always going back and forth across the Gulf of Mexico with his dirty money. Maybe, also drop some oil while he's at it.
Definitely. And I feel like he's, I mean, there's definitely enough reasons why someone would save Frank Castle. The nursing him back to health thing is a little trickier, because I don't know if I was that guy if I'd know to do it secretly or whatever the plan is.
That's true.
You know, I would call his guys.
Call a hospital or something.
Which wouldn't be bad.
In this new world, Puerto Rico appears to be a place with neither police nor medical care. Yeah.
There's this one house or like one building somewhere, but there's not even anybody there. So even if you go, you're out of luck. And I guess I'd just like if I were that guy, I'd protect the Punisher because I love him so much.
Well, he does seem to be a friend of Punisher's dad.
Yeah,
because like they have that whole little thing where they're like, oh, that's Candelaria. I think they call him a witch doctor, which and nobody goes out fishing by his island except for one guy. Oh. And then Punisher's mom is like, I bet I know, or Punisher's wife, I think, is like, I bet I know who that is.
Oh, another funny thing that happens with them. I love because I found his Wikipedia page and there's nothing more in it than what we described.
Man, are you going to say one of my other favorite lines in this movie?
Vaya con Dios. It means go with God.
Yeah, just in case he doesn't know Spanish.
Do you remember what?
I was going to say, do you remember what he says back? Because that's my favorite line.
God's going to sit this one out.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Also, for an update, you could conceivably turn around on this pier, but it'd be really hard. And also, there's one shot where Frank Castle is looking down the pier, and unless the car is like fully stopped behind a building to hide from him, it's not on the pier. So they just honestly when they weren't there the first time, I was like, oh, did they just drive away? Like they just drove back off of the pier into the water and died. And
I figured it was just one of those things where it's like he was just way behind and he got there after they already left.
Yeah, that would have made complete sense. They would have probably had to back up after they killed him too. Like everybody would have gotten out of the car and done one of these, because otherwise you take the thing off the pier and it's fucked. Like it's very bad.
Yeah.
Also for evidence purposes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna spin the torture wheel again. Whoa, torture! That's what the wheel says when it's torturing a person, and it landed on Diggins's.
Oh, sure, yeah. I have one here that says this depressive spiral brought to you by Wild Turkey.
Oh.
Oh yes.
Not really a lot to say about this, but every time Punisher is like having a night where he's just drinking alone because he's so sad about his dead family, just real prominent shots of the Wild Turkey brand logo.
Diggins, it's in the scene right before he thinks about killing himself.
Yeah.
It pans over, Wild Turkey's on the table, and then he contemplates suicide. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, because like, do you think Wild Turkey paid for this?
Yeah, they do.
Really? They paid for the suicide scene or the potential suicide scene?
I feel like there was probably some back and forth for the rights to be the official whiskey of the Punisher without really thinking about what that means. And that was what, they won.
Now, DJ, obviously they would all deny it if you asked them publicly.
Yeah.
I think every alcohol brand would kill to be the alcohol of choice of depressive alcoholics.
I thought you were going to say the alcohol of choice of the Punisher.
I think that too.
Like the Punisher chooses us.
The same way that we're never supposed to, idolize the Punisher because he's a bad guy, kind of, whatever. But nobody does that. Look, all those cops that have Punisher logos all over their thing, if they made 5 of these movies and the branding was really consistent, this would be all they drink. Just Wild Turkey constantly. Yeah. And to be fair to the cops, Wild Turkey, it's fine. I don't I feel like as far as beer or as far as brands of bourbon or whatever it is go, like it's probably okay. I have no remembrance of it super well. But if I had a chance to have some now, I'd feel like probably I'd remember this movie and I'd at least have a second of joy. So it's like, that kind of works.
Yeah, and that might be the second choice you need not to kill yourself.
Oh no! Just think about the Punisher. Oh, I want to live for the Punisher movies.
It's like he said, DJ. You can make new memories to replace the old bad ones, or whatever it is.
Actually, Diggins, I do have something to tick on to this, and again, I don't want it to be a wheel size because I showed you guys my notes. I took so many notes in my notes app.
Take a lot of notes.
So this scene, the one where he thinks about killing himself, I think is interesting in that. So he has the gun up to his chin, right, and he's thinking about doing it, but then he has like it's a shot, it's a fadey shot of his wife, and she just looks kind of sad but encouraging. She doesn't say anything, but clearly his takeaway is, no, Frank, don't kill yourself. You have so much to live for. Specifically what that is killing other people. Yes. So live so you can kill the evil. And I'm like, that's quite the takeaway. You know, not go hang out with that lady who's interested in you. It's go kill people.
Yep.
Yeah. And like, you know, I don't think this would have made Frank happy if he just hung out with these three guys for the rest of his life. Although it would have been interesting, I guess. He would have been a strange member of their crew. But I feel like if I was in his situation and I saw like my dead wife just kind of like in a white kind of zone of nothing, looking at me and then turning around and walking away, I would assume that's her going to heaven and leading me to heaven, beckoning me even to heaven. And I think I would maybe read this differently than he does.
Well, but if Frank Castle is Catholic, I don't know if he's one of our famous Catholic superheroes. True. Suicide, you go to purgatory or hell. I can't remember which one, but you don't go to heaven.
I don't think he's Catholic. Yeah. Okay. If he was, I feel like it would come up more in conversations between him and Daredevil.
Him and Daredevil would talk about their Catholicism all the time. Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, what is he? Is he like? Is he Italian?
Atheist, right? Oh
no. Like, I just mean like if we had to guess, kind of demographically.
Castle doesn't sound like a very Italian name.
Well, John Barenthal's version is absolutely
he is, but this version might not be.
Well, the problem with that version, DJ, is it doesn't exist. John Bernthal's version,
I said John Bernthal.
You really didn't.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. So Frank Castiglione was born in Queens. His family anglicized their name to Castle after his birth. So he is American.
He is Italian.
Or Italian American, yeah.
Wow.
And he studied for the priesthood. But which one?
Hey.
Doesn't say.
I would guess.
Yeah, I don't know. This would be interesting.
I would guess. I feel like.
Do you have to study to be a Protestant priest, or do they just let you do it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you went to school for priesthood, like it's probably Catholic. Like
I genuinely
don't know.
Italian American in Queens. I feel like you got.
Yeah, it just feels. Yeah, that's the vibe. So that's it, Nando. He does think his wife's beckoning him to heaven, but he's like, the only way I can get there is not committing suicide and killing a lot of people.
Damn. Well, is that? Yeah, I guess that's true. Does he think he's gonna get there ever?
Maybe he thinks his own moral code is so just that like he could get to the pearly gates and be like, listen, let me explain myself. My dead wife's right there, and I did a lot of good things. I saved that lady who was my neighbor from her shitty boyfriend. That was good. Howard Say not being around, probably net positive, right? Net on net good. So
that's true.
It probably worked out. So
that's how God works, right? Like as long as you killed the bad guys and it's like a net positive, then you get to do whatever you want.
Pay evil unto evil.
That's what the good place tells us.
And get some extra kills in there if you get somebody really bad. Kill whoever you want because you're in the plus side. You're going to heaven either way.
Yeah. What's your net positive on what you've done? Yeah, it's like
don't waste it.
No,
yeah.
Yep, that's definitely how it works. And everyone should just decide to do that. Just do a whole ton of community service, bank a lot of points, so you can get away with a murder.
That's the way.
It's 20 helping old ladies across the street, or old gentlemen across the street, or old non-binary people across the street. That's worth true. 20.
That's all it takes to make up for a murder?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick. It's surprising you people don't do it. That's why old people kind of stay at home, is because they know if I cross the street and the wrong guy helps me, I'm 1/30th or 20th of the way to being accessory to murder.
Well, he might kill me. He might help me across the street and then kill me. Just I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. You could be his 20th person, and then he takes you across the street and picks you up and throws you into the street, like in the Daredevil or in the Punisher show, with that dog part. But yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Was this yours, Diggins? I know I kind of hijacked it, but I think
this
it was
mine.
yours.
Yeah, it was about wild turkey, and how it's at the
right.
The alcohol of choice for anyone who wants to do a murder. So why don't I go ahead and spin the torture wheel again, then? You know, unless you guys have more to say about wild turkey.
I'm good.
No, yeah, it's good.
Wow. It looks like it landed on one of Nando's.
Oh, this one's mine. This is just a little tiny thing that bugged me so much when I heard it. I had to go back and check it again. And we'll call this just, I don't know, Frank Castle's child died without knowing what a horseshoe crab is. You guys remember when they go to the beach and he goes and he sees a little horseshoe crab thing, and then he goes to his mom, it's a stingray, and she's like, yes. And then
she says it's
she says it's a stingray. Yeah, one of them does. The other one agrees, and then they just move on. And that's not what that is. It's a horseshoe crab. And like, I don't know if people, that's just an East Coast thing, and they just saw this and improv that line or whatever. I don't know. But I would expect anybody from Queens, especially someone who like vacations on the shore or something, would know what that is. Yeah, I thought that was weird when it happened. So
I forgot to write something down about it, but that also stuck out to me, Nando.
It's like, come on, you guys.
I mean, stingray's way more dangerous than that. So if that was a stingray,
that's true.
Fucked.
Mm-hmm. And like horseshoe crabs are like one of those things that I feel like if they're weird. I mean, they're pretty weird. In terms of that, they're like, you know, they are weird looking, and you find them on the beach, and you're not supposed to touch them and stuff because they're moving around and doing all their thing.
And we use their blood for medicine.
And that's pretty cool. What did we use? What specific medicine does it end up being used for? I feel like it's like a really helpful one, right?
It is something pretty important. I don't remember exactly what it is.
But yeah, they're pretty cool. And it's weird that the movie does that. But yeah, spin the wheel again. Tick, 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 tick. Ooh, this is one of DJ's.
All right. This is just like a placeholder to talk about something broader, but knife got your tongue. So at the very end, he has this cool climax. So the Punisher decides, I'm going to go into Saint headquarters and kill all of Saint's guys while he's busy killing his best friend and wife. And he approaches this in a very interesting way for the Punisher. Guys, do you remember the weapon of choice that he decides to go in with his final attack on Saint Industries or whatever?
Oh, I can't remember, but I'm going to guess based on context clues it's knife. Is it knife? He definitely has one.
Knife eventually, but he starts with a bow and arrow. He gets up, he kind of crouches down with that bow and arrow. It's like, and I'm like, when the fuck did the Punisher become like Rambo? Like, this is... I guess maybe it's like part of like when he was in the Marines or whatever. Maybe he was part of the special bow unit, but like it's no part of the character. Like it's like not like, I don't know, maybe when he was getting better in Puerto Rico, he's like, I'm going to go hunting to hone my skills or whatever. But he just comes in. So, and the reason he does it instead of guns is so he can be sneaky. And he's just like, he's taking off guys like, but he's not doing it like the Punisher. He's doing it like a hand ninja. Like it's crazy. Like, and the knife part, he like takes the knife and he like stabs the guy through the bottom of his like of head. So then the knife like goes through his mouth and like stabs his tongue, and he's killing all the guys in like inaudible ways, so it doesn't like sound the alarm. And like practically, that's how he has to do it. He can't like take on 20 guys. But I feel like, I don't know, the John Bernthal Punisher, as we saw from the latest season of Daredevil, would just like take a shotgun, some grenade launchers, and like see what happens. Like this is a very interesting take for the Punisher. It's like, ooh, he's like stealthy now. Ooh.
He'd figure out a way to like kill the lights or something and then just scream and yell while he kills everybody like he always does. Like there wouldn't be any I mean, I'm sure he's had stealthy missions in the past and stuff, but it's usually just kind of supposed to be overwhelming Punisher and that kind of gets him, the advantage.
He does end up with overwhelming punishing after the champagne.
Yeah.
That's
champagne.
Oh, yeah.
Sham punishment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he works his way to it. There is one, and I can't pull it up because Peacock's being fucking stupid, but there's like one shot of him where he's like crouching up on the thing and like stringing the bow, and I'm like, it's like he's like a cat. Like he's like, I'm a sneaky guy. I don't know. It's that honestly brought me joy. Like I saw that and I'm like, look at you, movie. It's surprises. Anytime this movie surprised me, I was happy, and this was an example of where the movie surprised me.
Wow.
No, this is some great stuff. Yeah. No, I love this. I love that whole like climactic scene of him in the club.
Yeah, in the club.
And then killing Howard Saint's guys. The guy who he stabs through the hand and he goes,
whoa! Yeah. Is it the one with the glasses, or is that the different one? No, that's
no. It's after he does the champagne explosion. He's going to find the guys. There's a guy with the beard.
Yeah.
He stabs him through the hand as like to pin his hand behind his back, and yeah, he like an opera singer goes like, "Oh,
so good."
I don't know
Maybe
why
that's that guy.
So
no, this movie really cooked with the climactic scene, and I think it's one of the things that, like, I don't know, for me, like, kind of like saved the whole movie because like the last part is so enjoyable. Like the very last part is weird, but the climax of the movie is very good. Like even the like, I made you kill your wife, I made you kill your best friend, like
kill your wife. I also love the.
It's a great scene
when he first like gets into the final showdown with Howard Saint. Howard Saint's like, "You killed my son," and you hear, "Oh, no."
Yeah.
Killed both of them.
Mm-hmm.
How he kills him, by the way, fucking diabolical. This is probably worth explaining. Frank Castle on him has a landmine. The son is like trapped or like stuck under a desk.
Some rubble from the first landmine explosion like has pinned him to the desk.
So he extends the son's hand, puts the landmine eye in it, and then takes a wire and I guess attaches it to the ceiling so that when the kid drops his hand, it would pull the pin and explode the landmine. And like he's like always like 8 pounds, not a bad workout. See how long you can hold it, right? This little quippy shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's fucking savage.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I like craved for more of that in the movie, but the whole movie's bogged down in like this like kind of other bullshit, like in the apartment and dealing with some of the various assassins, right? But like that stuff is like legit cool.
Okay, but the assassins were also awesome.
I refuse to believe, by the way, just to talk about that for a moment, where Howard Saint's like the first assassin they sent out for him. He's like, send the best. Or when we sent someone, he's the best. And it's the man who sings at you before he kills you, tries to kill you like 20 minutes later. How is he the best? How is Kevin Nash not the best? Kevin Nash is the best.
He doesn't get him either, so they're both pretty average comparatively.
The one guy is just a guy who, uses car effectively, but then like banters too long and then gets stabbed by extendo knife, not even extendo knife, shooting knife.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Nash gets stabbed and nothing. Now he stabs him with like a little like switchblade or butterfly knife. He stabs with a butterfly knife.
Yeah.
But it does nothing. Like that's amazing.
Hit by a pipe. And then he just gets back up and he's like, Classic action movie thing, by the way. The whole like hit a big strong guy with a metal object.
Yeah.
And then they're not hurt at all. And you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yes, I agree. So Howard Saint should have said, all right, send the singing man. He's the second best. But if that fails, send the Russian. He's the best. One is more, the Russian is 3 times the price, but I think the musical assassin can kill him. So send him first.
I think so. I feel like that. Plus, I feel like the Russian's probably just hard to get. Like you got to find him. Cause like in the comic that this is from, I feel like he's just in the middle of killing a bunch of guys in like a completely different country. And then they're like, call him over. And then they do. And eventually he shows up. But I feel like it's that. But then it's also like, call Howard Heck in the next week. It's going to take for the other guy to travel. Let's see if he could kill him.
Harry Heck.
Harry Heck is very available.
Yeah, exactly.
Harry Heck is on standby at all times.
he's like a retired guy from before, so he lives in Florida already. So like
he does look like a guy who would live in Florida.
Yeah, he's totally, and maybe he'll get him. Maybe it will work, and then that would be pretty handy. But instead, it doesn't. But luckily, the Russian shows up anyway in his big old T-shirt to get him. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Kind of.
Yeah. So, this was mine, right? This is my knife got your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, am I spin again? I spin again?
You can spin them at least one more time. Right. Sure.
I'll spin again, and it lands on genuinely have no idea. So Nando.
All right. Well, here we go. This is mine that I have here. I just want to talk about how the comic is somehow not worse, because it maybe is better. But you guys know how they killed a Russian in the comic, because this is very similar, especially this Russian versus Frank in the apartment fight plays out in a pretty similar way. A lot of the rest of this is kind of, whatever. But
so I do not know. No,
you know, Diggins, do you have any guesses?
No, I never read it.
Okay. So I can't remember what the beginning of the fight is, but it's the same situation. All these guys are around. I'm pretty sure they end up in Bumpo's apartment, and Bumpo has a nice hot cheese pizza. So they throw the cheese pizza on his face, and that burns his face instead of the pot of water.
Oh, okay.
But then Mr. Bumpo is either thrown or just falls on top of the Russian and suffocates him with his large body. And then he dies. And that's how the Russian is killed in the comics, or at least beaten in the comics, because apparently it comes back to life. But like that is the end of the Russian in the book. Isn't that fun?
I've always appreciated, this is a Frank Miller joint, right?
Yeah.
I always appreciated his real sensitivity to, vary all kinds of people, really.
I mean,
overweight people, women,
mm-hmm.
minorities, all of them.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I do feel like in this movie, Mr. Bumpo doesn't really get very much to do besides distract everybody from the Russian killing the Punisher for most of it. But because the other guy gets to be brave.
Song and cooking.
Yeah.
I was surprised. He was a real brave guy. He has the look of a guy who wouldn't be, but he really is.
And Rebecca Romaine kind of helps to like nurse him back to health, but Mr. Bumpo just kind of is there. And that's, that's a shame. Because he could have been cool and sweet, but instead he just doesn't. He just sings around a lot and stuff. And that's all I got for that wheel slice. Then I think I see at least one more wheel slice on here.
Tiny little slice, I think.
Okay. Oh wait, real quick, another really tiny slice. Tick tick tick. Oh, another one of mine. The gay thing is so funny how that's treated in the movie.
Gay thing's crazy, dude.
I didn't have a white wheel slice for it, but I just remembered how big of a deal it is.
It genuinely, by the end, I was like, based on the standards that have been set by every other mid-2000s movie we've done on this podcast, that was surprisingly respectful. At first, it's a little like, oh, he's a depraved psycho, and he's gay. Oh.
He's gay, yeah.
But then, from that point forward, it's just not a big deal. It's just like he is gay. He doesn't want people to know because he's a mobster, and that would be problematic for him because mobsters are homophobic. But it's not very judgmental about it. And at the end, when the wife is just like, I couldn't have cheated with you. I could have cheated on you with him because he's gay. She's not saying it like, oh, he was gay. It's just a fact about him.
A practicality issue.
Do you think he could have come out to Howard Saint and Howard Saint would have he seems like a, not necessarily a very forward thinking mobster, but he's in Miami, I feel like he's, or the area. I feel like he's been exposed to different cultures and different beliefs and things like that. And maybe he would have been cool with it. That's the real tragedy of the Punisher is come out to your boss. That's what maybe he'll be cool with it.
Best friend.
Come out to your best friend / boss. Yeah. And it's pretty cool.
And then maybe he won't kill you because he thinks you slept with his wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
They probably all try that though when they actually do sleep with his wife. They're all like, "No, Mr. Punisher can't be. I'm so gay." And he's like, "Yeah, I've heard it before." And then they shoot him. And it's like,
that's probably why I didn't believe him. He's heard the excuse so many times.
It's getting old, but Yeah, I'm gonna spin the wheel again. Tick, 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 tick. Last one here. Oh, and this is Diggins.
Yeah, just a tiny little one. I would be remiss if I let this go without us talking about it, though. I got one here that says celebratory revenge sex.
Yeah.
Yes. Immediately after they kill Frank's entire extended family, and they think they've killed him too. Mm-hmm. They get the word back. Howard Sane is like, it's done. His wife like steps out onto their like veranda.
Yeah.
In the back of their mansion, in her little like nightgown.
Negligee, as it were. Yeah, right. What a word.
And is like, I told you to get revenge for our son, and you did it. And then she undoes the little rope on her negligee and lets it fall down, and she's just there in her underwear. And then he approaches to kiss her, and presumably they fuck.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm. I hope so. And it's just like, wow, you're happy with your husband, so you have sex. Like, in a vacuum, that's a perfectly normal thing. Weird that you're talking about your dead son right before you do it.
Yeah. But, if you're Howard Saint and you want to have sex with your wife, you're not going to be like, listen, honey, let's keep his name out of this situation next time something like this happens. You just go with it. And then in the moment, and then afterwards, everybody is like, that worked. That was good. We should do that in the future. And you're never going to learn anything from it. Like,
and then, before you know it, you can't get it up without talking about your dead son.
And he's only got one son left. And like specifically revenge about the dead son. So he's got to like find other people to revenge.
Yeah. What if it was like the most mind-blowing sex the two of them have ever had? And they're like, how can we get this high again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn it.
And they kind of would have to have their son like encourage their son to do other more dangerous crimes until he gets killed. Then they can find someone to revenge on him. And then once that happens, they can, have sex again. And then maybe they should have more kids quickly so they can start, continuing the cycle. But yeah, all in all, what a movie. Sorry, the questions we got to ask. First one, is it woke? Can a Punisher movie be woke?
I don't know. He would have to be going after fascists for it to be woke, right?
Like, can a Punisher movie be woke? Absolutely. You could make a woke Punisher movie. If he was killing, say, cops who killed unarmed civilians.
Yeah.
That'd be a woke Punisher movie.
If he went after ICE, he's like, I'm going to go attack ICE. Yeah.
That's a woke Punisher movie. Yeah. Is this Punisher movie woke? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
He does go after almost exclusively white guys.
Sure.
It's not nothing.
That's not nothing.
It's not a racist Punisher movie. I don't think it has, like... I don't know that it's problematic, but it's certainly not woke.
Yeah, right. That's a good point, right? It's right. There's what did you say? There's like just because it's not woke doesn't mean it's woke.
Woke doesn't mean unwoke.
That's it. Not woke doesn't mean unwoke. Right.
Okay. Right. Well, how about this? The Punisher's dad lives in Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Remember how woke Puerto Rico became after the last election? How Puerto Rico was like
that's true.
A humongous deal for some reason, and like I feel like even if you had a Punisher movie and his dad in the movie was alive and lived in like Puerto Rico now, I feel like that would be like a political statement of like I don't know, maybe, but like this was just like part of place you could go.
Yeah, he would be like, as he's dying, he'd be like, son, before you become the Punisher, please kill Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, someone should do that. Yeah, it makes sense, and the Punisher would want to do that. I just feel like I don't know, like I guess the real question is, here's the question that's important: is this a Punisher movie people from Puerto Rico would like? Because they'd be like, yeah, it's the Punisher movie for Puerto Rico. We like this one. Because then it would become woke by way of the people that hate woke things would be like, this is not an American Puerto Rico or not an American Punisher. This is a Puerto Rican Punisher. We get one of those again.
Okay.
And so has Bad Bunny seen this movie? Do we know what he thinks of it? Was El Muerto ever going to get involved in this movie?
How old was
Like-
Bad Bunny when this movie came out? Like 12?
Probably 0. I don't know. How old is Bad Bunny now?
Yeah, right. He's one of the young ones. He might have
He'd have
been
to be-
0.
I mean, yeah, it was 22 years ago. So whatever his age is minus 22.
He's 32. 10. He was 10. when
Okay,
this
so he was
movie
10
came
when
out.
this came out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just perfect. I bet he likes this a lot.
It was playing everywhere.
Yeah, this is the right age for someone to actually like this movie and be, enamored by it. Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, The Punisher, this movie is mostly about like the what's the word? Like the problems associated with driving everywhere, having to park in places and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
Ooh,
something
that's
to that.
true.
You
It's
know,
about America and its car culture and how
exactly.
causing increased crime.
Mm-hmm. And it's the pro-gay movie, kind of. Not pro-gay, I guess, but like we were saying, surprisingly anti-gay.
Surprisingly neutral about the existence of gay people.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, not woke, but I would say it doesn't do very many unwoke things for a Punisher movie. It's a very like safe, likable, non-transgressive version of the Punisher, as opposed to like the one who, because like he doesn't even torture people. Really, you know?
Yeah, he doesn't actually torture the guy from Ocean's 11. He just describes like, if I'd use this blowtorch on you, it'll feel cold because the nerve endings will be shot.
Interesting discussion. So, or explanation. He says that so it's so hot, your nerve endings just shut, so you don't feel anything or it feels cold. But like when you start smelling. So because he double sells it, he goes, when you start smelling burning meat, that's when you know your flesh is burning. So he has a raw steak there that he's actually cooking with the blowtorch for the sound and smell effect.
Yeah.
And then the ice pop
Which is
the
big mistake because everyone always says cooked human smells like pork.
Oh. Yeah.
I didn't know that, but that makes sense.
But yeah, like I don't know if you're the Punisher, like I don't know, just fucking do it. Just sear that guy from Ocean's 11's flesh the fuck off.
If this was a real Punisher story, like one of the comics, I think he would have actually just tortured that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does help that guy is the most, for some reason, trusted member of the Saint criminal organization.
Right? Yeah.
And he's able to just kind of, weasel in all of his like, oh, hey, boss, I found this receipt thing. Because he becomes incredibly useful later on. But,
yeah, he's also super willing to turn on them for truly no reason at all.
He doesn't like them. They're weird. They are weird, to be fair.
They are weird, but presumably they give him money. And
that's true.
If it's a lot of money, I would put up with someone being kind of weird and rude if it meant that I got a lot of money and didn't have to have a real job.
That's a good point. Yeah. So, it is weird how little punishment there actually is in this movie. But, that's fine, I guess. They could save that for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, this is the origin story, and then they're going to get to the real Punisher-ing.
Mm-hmm. So that's the wokeness. Probably not woke. But then the more important question is, could I and we all beat this movie? I think we could beat them, the Saint organization.
I'm not surviving the Puerto Rico assassination.
Yeah,
I'm not surviving getting shot in the chest, and then am I being saved by Candelaria?
Well,
Candelaria? Yeah.
Candelaria?
Candelaria, sorry. Am I being saved by him?
Well, I mean, I was speculating about him being the one with the fishing wire pulling him back from the explosion. Presumably in the fiction of the universe, he really was just like blown away by the explosion. And yeah, I don't think I'm surviving being shot multiple times, including through the chest, like through through the sternum, like directly in the chest. And then being exploded and gasolined.
But how does Punisher do it? It's not like he's a superhero. Like he doesn't have super blood or anything.
Well,
he wants it more.
Marines, FBI man, and they're just a better class of human being.
He has at least a layer of muscle that probably does something, right? Like I don't have anything. Right?
All I've got is a thick layer of blubber.
Yeah, so
Well,
bullets tearing through that, he's strong.
That's tricky. Because, I feel like, well, okay, let's say you could survive. Like, let's say magically what happens is they miss all the organs and then you're able to survive.
Okay.
What do you do after that?
They find that spot from
Argyle.
From Argyle.
Oh,
that
yeah.
you can shoot someone through the heart and miss all the arteries and everything, and you're fine.
That's right.
Okay, fine. So that happens. Got it.
That happens.
And could I don't know. Like there's so many roadblocks, and maybe I have too much self-doubt, but like I'm not cleverly doing all of the ticket stuff to frame the wife, right? Like I'm not surviving the Russian. I'm giving Frank Castle a lot of credit here. I don't think I could both all three of these things, or at least, I would fail at one of these three things: being gasolined and blown up on the boat dock, the Guitar Man assassin, or the Russian. One of those three things is taking me down.
Again, as I always say, as soon as even one slightly difficult thing happens, I am out. I couldn't do it. I would lay down and accept my fate.
But Nando, you could.
I feel like, the thing that I would do differently from Frank in this situation, and I think everybody on Earth would, and when he does it, it's insane, is you would just pretend to still be dead for a while and use that to your advantage as part of it. Mm-hmm. And then I think, you could build up a, like armory, and then maybe, that's the thing. On one hand, I get why he wants to kill him immediately. On the other hand, if he takes a couple more months, they've probably done this to a bunch of people. You could probably pretend to be one of them and then go get them. And that'll keep you safe completely from everybody here. Like, I don't understand. And I understand why he does it, because he wants to yell at his friends at court and stuff. But like, it should be very useful that they think he's dead. And that's it. And then he should just be able to continue getting them one by one until he wants to reveal himself very late in the game. That'd be how I would do this differently.
But then he thought about the gravestone thing and scratching out the numbers and leaving it on a golf course. And he was like, oh, that's too fucking cool not to do, though, right?
Well, I don't know a lot about like gravestones and stuff. And like, because he takes his gravestone from his like grave by like tying a chain around it and just dragging it out in his car. Mm-hmm. Right? There's people at grave sites, right? Kind of. You can't just do that.
Yeah, there's no way.
Unless you show them your ID and be like, no, this is me. They made a mistake. I get to have this now. I'm taking it home.
I mean, you do pay for it.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is, in a sense, yours.
That's a good loophole. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I would be able to do the fire hydrant thing either. It's a little too complicated.
It is.
Although, so wait, hold on. Frank's entire extended family was killed.
Yes.
Who set up this grave?
I'm going to guess the cops. His cop friends.
Yeah. His death did make the news.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, yeah, besides that, he doesn't really, seem to have any other people. Maybe Daredevil did it. That'd be nice of him.
Oh, yeah.
His priest, Daredevil. But yeah, I don't think I could figure out the fire hydrant thing. I feel like, because also a lot of the stuff the Punisher does is secret. Like, he is secretly videotaping and like following the guy to find out that he has a boyfriend, and then he's secretly following around the wife and then calling from her phone and doing all this stuff. It just makes way more sense if they don't know who you are or that you could possibly be alive. Especially because you have that thing where, like, the further deep in you get, the more you get to go, I'm Frank Castle to people. And they go, like, well, I can't tell my boss that you're Frank Castle because I told my boss I killed him. So my boss will kill me if I do that. So, like, this guy can't exist. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that becomes power you can wield over these dorks. But instead, it's like, I'm Frank Castle and I'm here and everything's fine. But yeah, the gravestone thing is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. What about
could a certain sitcom character?
Yeah, like an Italian American guy, let's say, because we do learn Frank is Italian American, who loves to eat, can always get him over for dinner, lives in the apartment next to the pretty blonde lady, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Well, that's pretty much as far as this one stretches. But like to show Joey, would Joey Tribbiani be able to be the Punisher? Could he be the Punisher? First of all, like,
he would have to. Would he be so sad that his wife and son died that he would go on to do Punishering?
Well, it would have to be like what, all his sisters and his nephew?
Yeah, I would say you'd just do his extended family, and then
it could just be right. Dee and Michael, right? It could be them.
Joey is very protective of his
true.
family, so
yeah.
If they were all killed, then I could see him maybe in his own way going on some kind of rampage.
See, okay, so I don't think. Like, I think that's true to some extent. Like, I think Joey, we don't see Joey get angry a lot, I guess. Like, we see him get, flustered. He's frequently taken off guard, but I wouldn't say Joey feels like an angry character. However, if Joey was killed and Gina and Michael and Jimmy could become the Punisher, I think he'd be a wonderful Punisher to get vengeance on Howard Saint and whoever else killed Joe.
Oh.
Yeah, like he's got Punisher energy. And like, I don't know if he would do it the same way the Punisher does it. Honestly, he would. He's the only character that I think is dumb enough to announce that he's coming to get Howard Saint on the news because
but he's also book smart enough to come up with all these crazy plans.
That's true. Yeah, he's very clever. So yeah, I don't think Joey could do it, but I think Joey could be the Punishee or the original like Punisher bait or whatever you call it.
He could be the Punisher's wife.
Yes, exactly. And that'd be really sad. Or he could be the guy who cooks a lot. But Joey doesn't cook though. Oh, how about this? This is a better question. Could the Punisher move into Joey's apartment complex? And would Joey befriend the Punisher?
Oh, 100%. Yes.
Joey would try to befriend the Punisher. And maybe there'd be some kind of wacky misunderstanding or whatever.
Yeah.
And Joey would start like trying to imply that he does really cool stuff, and it would make the Punisher think that he's actually some kind of criminal.
Yeah.
So then the Punisher tries to kill Joey. But then it all gets cleared up at the end and they're all friends.
I mean, I also think one reason Joey might be a wonderful Punisher, and maybe something he could relate to the Punisher if the Punisher ever moved into his apartment complex, is the Punisher also seems to be some sort of like failed actor or something, because he's doing voices and has like a little costume for his job. So like him and Joey could probably bond over that. Maybe they'd meet at like an improv class or something, and then they become friends.
I could see Joey doing an Otto Krieg.
Yeah, for 100%. Did you guys, when this movie started, think you had the wrong movie?
Oh,
100%. Convinced. Yeah. I was like, I know he's in this, but not like this. And then I was like, well, what if he's? And then it was like, oh, that's not what he usually does. I had to fast forward immediately just to see. But yeah, so I think acting is important for Punishering.
For this Punishering, at least.
For this Punishering, yeah. Yeah. Here's a question. Where does this Punisher rank amongst your Punishers? Because some people like the Thomas Jane Punisher a lot, even though the movie's kind of dumb. They're like, he has the stuff for Punishering in him. And then there's Sean Bernthal, and then there's all the other ones that don't really count. Like, I mean, like the Ray Stevenson one, that he only got one movie, and then the Dolph Lundgren one is apparently just kind of bad. But like, do you like him more than Bernthal, or do you like Bernthal's so like serious and whatever take?
Bernthal's my number one. I can't supplant him under any circumstance.
I have never watched John Bernthal be the Punisher.
Holy shit.
I only watched season 1 of Daredevil. Didn't really like it. Never watched more. Never watched The Punisher. Haven't watched the new Daredevil stuff. I've never seen him do it.
Wow.
Golly.
I
mean, that's so interesting because he's one of people's favorite things about like a lot of these Marvel things, and especially like the port over to Disney is like the Punisher's cool in his episodes of stuff. I mean, he made his own weird movie that's super weird. But so you're going to be first seeing him in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Wow.
Assuming you see it. Yeah. So interesting.
Isn't that where he made his first appearance in the comics in the Spider-Man thing?
He did make his first appearance in the comics. Everybody's seen that one where he's like that cover where he's aiming the sniper rifle at Spider-Man. Spider-Man's in the crosshairs and stuff. So he is although I think he was supposed to originally be something else, but then he got kind of retooled, I think, to being a Punisher character. I forget what this was. I saw it at like a museum once of like the original drawings of the Punisher. And it was a lot like when the Riddler tries to brainstorm his costume in Batman Forever, where it's just like a drawing of a guy with a skull and then it's like the word Skull Man crossed off. And then like he was, you know, and it works out. He's pretty cool. So, you know, they nailed it. But yeah, I'm curious. But this is interesting. I think you will like him. I think he's, having seen the movie, I think he's fun in it. I don't think it's an incredibly especially considering the last thing he did was that really weird like movie he made for Disney Plus about how crazy he is and how like sick and twisted he is. I don't think it really follows that well. But besides that, I think just as a character in the movie, he's pretty entertaining.
Well, I haven't seen that, so like, you know, I won't have that in my mind when I see him.
You'll want to see it. You'll like be like, oh my God, I love this guy. What can I watch with him in it? And you'll watch that and you go, uh-oh, something's wrong. Like I watched these in the wrong order. It must be, or you'll watch these in the right order. But yeah, it's weird. No, we'll see. It's a pretty good,
like when I read the Supergirl comic after watching the movie where I'm like, boy, I'm glad I watched that bad Spider-Man movie first before this brilliant thing.
Yeah. Before this like incredible ode to cops and patriots and everybody that loves the Punisher. No. Jambo said that once, and like I feel like he just gets caught up in it. I think he knows the Punisher's bad, but we'll see. You know, we will see. Maybe he'll be cool. Maybe he'll be bad. You know, maybe there'll be different versions in the version you watch. You know, you'll get the KFC version where he's like, you know, killing cops all the time, and I got the version where he doesn't do that as much. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so we'll do that next week. Do you guys want to get to our classic segment?
I would love to.
I would love
DJ, do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
Yeah, I do. So I recommend this every time it comes around the bend, and I don't want it to come off as just like a blanket recommendation. It's like, oh, I'm recommending this like just because it happened, but like no, this one's for real. Nando, did you watch this season of the Ultimatum? Bro.
I haven't finished it, but I've watched 3 episodes, so I know all about him.
Damn it! So
the dumbest man alive.
I almost wish you had watched it because I have a spoiler. I guess I can't talk about it.
Oh,
like Nando, maybe you like take off your headphones, but like there's
well, I'll take off my headphones here. I'll take it off my headphones, but do like a wave or something when I'm supposed to be back. All right, here we go.
All right. So Diggins, during the reunion, there is a reprehensible person. So and this is horrible behavior. A lot of them, but one specifically, he's horrible. And but like he's at the reunion, he's arguing with his ex, and he's like, "No, I didn't even like you. I had sex with you, and then I broke up with you. Honestly, I busted, and then I was done." All right, so I told Diggins the thing. Nando, look, it's during the reunion when the thing happens. You text me, you'll know. So like when you'll let me know.
Is the reunion already happened?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh,
the whole thing's out on Netflix. You can watch it.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's holy shit. It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, the one guy is amazing. The other guys are weird as well, and I'm sure they will be weird. And the women are weird too. They're all weirdos. But yeah, that one guy is the guy
Nando's talking about the guy you were talking about?
No. The guy Nando's talking about is Jebin. Jebin is
that's
he's
not
just a dummy.
Name.
He's a 23-year-old guy. You know how you hear people making fun of influencers and they all go like this? He's the only person I've ever seen that seems to do it in real life. All the time. Everybody on the show is like, what's he doing here? Like, he's on his dates, he asks women what he thinks will win in a fight, like a bear or a mountain lion or something.
Have you watched Jurassic Park? All 6 of them. They're amazing.
Yeah. And I'm like, there's a 7th one, dude. You're going to love it. Oh, my God. The way he describes it, I'm like, you're talking about the 4th one with the Mesosaur. Like, that's so far back in them. But Yeah, he doesn't think orcas are real. He has to get those explained to him. Killer whales. He's like, is that what Moby Dick was? Wait, was Moby Dick the whale or the guy? Like, it's really funny.
Like 90% of the cast doesn't think we landed on the moon.
Man.
Here's my theory. Like, so Diggins, I've described this show to you, but for the audience who may not have heard, let me describe it. Six couples go on a show. One of the couples is issued what's called the ultimatum. We will get married. And if you don't get married, I'm going to leave. And how they execute this is they have the six couples do a swap. They all jumble them up and they get with different couples. And then they do a trial marriage for 3 weeks. And then they go back to the original couples. They do a 3-week trial marriage. And then the person who received the ultimatum has to decide, am I going to marry this person? Not even marry, get engaged. Am I going to get engaged to this person or am I going to leave this person?
And Jebin is the ultimatum getter.
Yeah,
like that's the thing so crazy about him is like if he gave the ultimatum because someone didn't want to marry him, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. Like I understand she doesn't want to marry him, but like this case, it's like he doesn't want to introduce her to his family because she's not like it's like Indian or something like that. It's crazy, and she's like obviously also, you know, out of his league attractiveness, but also like he's just very tall. This is the thing with tall people. This is how far you can get on just tall. It really is matter. Like, I mean, you're something. You know, it balances out. Having one brain cell is either you can have one brain cell or you could be tall. Neither way. But yeah, his like kind of like subplot early in the season is great, and that's about as far as I am on the show right now. Yeah, which is tough because now I have to remember who the rest of these fucking people are.
No, like, you'll get there. Trust me, you'll get there, and it won't be a problem. Okay. So my theory. So that's the premise of the show. I assume it is really hard to cast for this show because you got to get people. It's like, hey,
find the most sociopathic people in the world.
Yeah, and we're on the 4th season of this, not including Queer Love, which I make the argument it's easier because they're not so gender and preference restricted. You can kind of jumble up the couples more, but Netflix is stupid and canceled that version of the show. Oh, also, this show has a lot of fucking bros who are like, yeah, man, Biden killed all the chickens, and that's why eggs were expensive. They are all over this show.
Yeah, they're very, I would say the thing that I haven't gotten to that yet, but I have gotten very like, I want to raise my kid with my faith, and like make sure that they get that. And that's always how they start this bit. Yeah. And then later it's like, and I'm pretty sure the vaccine came from like Mexico. And that's why I didn't take it. And then you get the rest of it kind of.
So I think it's getting... I think it's getting harder to cast to find people to do the show. So it's all wild cards. It's fucking just like, let's see what like this person agrees. The fact that they're like, yeah, Jebin, you, a very unserious person, come onto our marriage dating show is fucking insane. There's like more fallouts. I won't spoil it, mostly because of Nando here, but like,
I can't wait. No,
you wouldn't believe watching this. They're like, they let you on the show. Diggins, the thing I said to you, they let that guy on the show.
Wow.
And wait, I can tell you who it is if you want to.
I don't want to know. No. I'm definitely going to watch it. So I'll roll with it. My question was going to be, where does this one take place? I can't remember.
Vegas, baby.
Oh, it's Vegas. Oh, okay.
Nando's favorite place.
Exactly. That's where these people live and like where they're around, and it makes total sense.
To be.
Yeah. They should turn over more rocks and find these guys in Vegas all over the place. Like this should they should set this show there. I just don't. He's okay. So my first impressions, that one, Jebin's insane. The one girl who clearly is like kind of like, I don't know, she seemed terrified to order food at the Cheesecake Factory or whatever during a weird date. It was very strange, like little. I got a very weird energy from her. I can't tell what her deal is. And then there's the one with the tiny face who, as a boyfriend, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Haley.
Yeah. She seems like she's going to be interesting. Like her situation feels like it's going to be interesting going forward. But yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting a lot of them. And also like the guys that are like popular on the show with the women, I'm like, that guy? Really?
I mean,
is he the guy for you? Like,
David plays international basketball and he's attractive. And he's very tall. So
he's tall.
You know,
yeah,
The best
exactly.
thing a person could be.
Yeah, he really is. And like, is he the one that sounds like the sounds like he's also secretly a rapper or something like that?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. He seems nice, to be fair, as far as I've seen. But like, but yeah, I'm just like surprised because there's him. There's a guy named Killian, which is quite a
Killian. Wait till you get to Killian.
I'm sure. Yeah,
and not like Killian Murphy, like the Irish, like Killian,
Aldrich Killian,
Kill IAN
from Iron Man. Yeah, you don't like him. Is Killian a name people give children 25
in
years
Ireland,
ago?
right?
Even in Ireland, though, I don't know. Yeah.
And then there's Idris or Idris, however you say his name.
Yeah,
it's spelled differently. It's like Edries. So I think it's Idris, but he is an expressionless, like just like statue.
Yeah,
the fact that we're gonna like put him on camera and Diggins, just like this the whole time.
He pulls a girl over for like a day, not like in one of those ways that they do on these shows. Like, hey, can I talk to you for a second? And sits her down. He's like, so. What's your favorite color? Like, it's so boring.
No, he literally says,
these people.
She's like, what? Like, these two, like, he weren't interested in each other.
Yeah.
And she goes, why'd you pull me over? He's like, I just wanted to look at you.
Yeah.
And like, she's like, what? He's like, yeah, I just want to look at you.
So like, there is a context in which that's like suave and romantic.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are not hitting that specific context, you sound like a serial killer.
Yeah, exactly.
He sounds like the most boring serial killer, though. Like, it's just so, his energy sucks. It makes you go, like, honestly, the thing that I think I appreciate about this show is, like in all of these shows, they make you feel very good about your relationship and your past of relationships, because, you know, you're like, at least I'm not that guy. But it also reminds you, like, some people have game and some people are just tall. And that's what it is. But like, if you take them out of the tall kind of where that is an advantage and put them with a bunch of other talls, they immediately fold. And that's kind of where Chapman is and Idris, I guess. I don't remember if he is tall. But like, the women say that in the show too. They will say like, I like what's the name of the basketball player guy?
David.
I like David. He's got a good job. He's 6 foot. Like, so they'll just flat out say that is like a main quality that it makes him attractive. So, you know, they're getting it. It is, you know, they're and like, we'll see. I'm very excited to see how this plays out.
I'm excited for you as well. I can't wait. Let me know after you watch the reunion, because holy shit. So watch the Ultimatum, everyone. Diggins, do it. I know you say no every time.
Yeah, but, it's pretty funny. I think listen, if you got something that scratches that itch, then you don't need to. Like, if you have like, you know, a friend who calls you with all their crazy stories about like the worst guy they've ever dated or something, that would be probably the same thing for this. But if you don't have that, then you get this, and it really does a good job of filling that void, you know? So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's what I got. Diggins, what do you have to recommend to the fine folks?
Just a couple quick things. First, I was going to recommend a YouTube video. Whoa.
Wow.
I believe the title for this one, which is a great title, is "In My Restless Dreams, I See That Clown," Christophe Gans.
Okay.
This is a sort of review / analysis of the Silent Hill movie we did at the beginning of this year. And why it's really bad on its own, and also really bad as an adaptation of the game Silent Hill 2.
Oh, is fun. Christophe Gans the name of the guy who makes it?
The director, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And the beginning of the famous letter in Silent Hill 2 is, "In my restless dreams, I see that town."
I gotcha. This makes sense. Okay, is this by someone named Voidberger? Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Cool.
So yeah, it's just like a really good and like fun video that just goes over thoroughly all the points I was trying to make in our podcast about it, where I was like, this is a really bad way. This is a really bad way to make this movie, and it just seems to fundamentally misunderstand everything that is going on in Silent Hill 2. but said in a more scripted and clear and intelligent way than I did. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
Cool.
And then I also saw a movie that I really liked. I believe in the past I recommended Paprika, the movie by Satoshi Kon, the Japanese animator.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Well, I watched another one of his movies recently for the first time. I saw Millennium Actress, which is a movie he made about basically a documentary filmmaker is making a movie about this famous Japanese actress who starred in tons of movies, but then retired and has been a recluse for the past couple decades. So they're going to interview her about her life. So it's kind of most of the movie is these flashbacks about her life, but they also sort of blend together with the movies she made. So the memories are sort of impressionistically told through all the roles she had and different sorts of movies, a lot of period Japanese films, but also sci-fi, and there's a Godzilla movie in there. Satoshi Kon as an animator is very well known for he's very beautiful and very fluid kind of animation that sort of blurs the line between what is really happening and what is more symbolic or thematic. And so this movie sort of, takes advantage of that. I mean, as a story, it's quite straightforward, but just visually, it's very interesting in that way. And it's and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's beautiful to look at, and I think the story itself is very, very heartfelt in a way that touched me. So yeah, that's Millennium Actress. It's actually free on YouTube right now. I believe Shout Factory put up the restoration that was done recently, just for free, with a dubbed. So if you're one of those purists who doesn't want to watch something dubbed, then find it somewhere else, I guess. But yeah, it's just totally free on YouTube. And DJ, Tight 90.
Yeah.
So pretty good. But yeah, those are my recs. What about you, Nando?
I don't have too much. I saw the movie that we'll talk about next week, and I will recommend it without really giving too much else. But I'm sure everybody's going to see it because it's one of those movies. I saw The Odyssey again. Still good. Didn't really have any new thoughts about that. I'm trying to think, did I watch anything? We started watching this new season of Silo. That show is weird. I like it, but also it's bad. But also it's mostly entertaining. But also, I don't want to be mean, but Common's not good in it. And he has survived the show. He continues to be a part of the show, even though other characters played by way better actors keep dying or being written off of it. So he gets more and more power and has to give more and more speeches. And it's not good. I don't know. Maybe Common's a really nice guy, and but it's weird.
I think it's kind of it's like being promoted to your level of incompetence.
Yeah.
You keep thinking man, who would have a really dramatic and powerful death scene? It'd be this great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they think about doing it for Common, they're well, but he, it wouldn't be a great scene because he's not that great an actor. So he just gets to keep being in the show and keep doing new things because they're giving all the great actors the meaty death scenes. Yeah.
I feel like it's it's weird. So I wouldn't recommend that. I don't know, I've watched all the Comic-Con stuff. That was kind of weird. Do you guys see the trailer for, because we didn't talk about this in the thing, but the movie, what's that one?
Clayface.
The Matchbox movie trailer?
No. What's that?
It's like if they started the Fast and Furious movies at 6, where they're car spies, but one of them is a car spy, and then he has his friends over to chill out, but then they all get kidnapped. It's a little bit like that movie Ghosted, but John Cena's the main one. And then Sam Richardson's the friend. He's the one that I recognize. There's some other people in it that you're supposed to recognize too. But it's really interesting because it's doing Fast and Furious movie stuff, but it has its own thing. It's separate. But the trailer uses a Ludacris song as the song. And I'm like, wow, that's mean to Ludacris, because apparently they cannot get that Fast and Furious movie off the ground. There have been more issues with that, which is not shocking. But
I will say I didn't sound interested, and then you said John Cena and Sam Richardson. I was like, oh, the movie's funny? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it's got a vibe that's like, the best joke in the trailer comes from those two. And then there's another joke in the trailer that I think is pretty funny. If the action looks good, this could be fun. It is also like a branded Matchbox movie where the characters played with Matchbox cars as a kid and called themselves the Matchbox Gang. And that's why it is, made to promote Matchbox cars. So that part's really interesting. Probably, my favorite reveal at Comic-Con, just because it's so strange. But yeah, I'd like to believe, I don't think I've wrecked this. Maybe we wrecked it back when the first one of these came out, but I'm sure you guys have seen the new Kyle Gordon song. It's pretty cool. You guys familiar with that guy?
I am not.
I don't think so.
So he's a parody musician guy who got very famous. Famous enough, like rose to fame with the, that song Planet of the Bass, which was kind of a play on like those 80s, or not 80s, like 2000s era, like dance songs written by a man from Europe who doesn't really know the syntax of what he's saying, but like it kind of sounds like things. It's funny.
Is that Women Is My Favorite Guy?
Yes, Women Is My Favorite Guy is from that. So that guy made a new song that I'm sure everybody has seen, because it has right now on YouTube, the official version of it has 1 million views. So it's popular. Wow. But and like I'm sure it has a bazillion more on TikTok, but it's about a man going to Africa.
Oh, I have
Mr.
seen
Jambo.
This.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny if you haven't watched that.
It is very funny.
Yeah, he does all kinds of stuff, and like I feel like he's I've seen some of his other stuff, but it never really clicked. Like I didn't know it was the same guy, that he was like kind of this brand, but now I've like gone through some of his older things, and he had like a fake parody of that, like Fun. Remember that band Fun? Stuff like that. He has a My Chemical Romance parody that's pretty funny, and I love stuff like this. So I think he's going on tour. I might try to go see him if he's in the area. But I don't know what. Well, I guess I've seen the Lonely Island live, and they're great. So like you could do a fun show. It's just like, does he have to get in costumes? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this is fun. DJ, have you seen this thing yet?
I have not.
I'll put it in the chat right now, and you can watch it when we're done. It's pretty good, and because it's a good parody, because it totally works as the thing that it's being parodied, like, but also B, like, it's not something that gets parodied a lot, but it is something that's very familiar. So like when you start hearing it, you'll be like, oh yeah, I know what songs that's supposed to kind of sound like, and then once you kind of get to what it's doing, it's pretty fun. Also, it's just incredibly well made, like little video that goes with the song that is like very impressive for what this is. Although I don't know, maybe like has a lot of like money and is able to do that. It's cool. But yeah, that's really all I've got. I'm sure there's something else I'm forgetting, but that's my main thing for this week. Next week, we're doing the Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that Frank Miller likes. Did you see that?
Uh-oh.
Frank Miller saw it and he was like, no, it's good. I mean, he's not the only one that likes it, but I think he specifically is like, I invented the Punisher and I like him in this. And I'm like, I wonder if he's seen him in any other stuff, or if this is the first time he's gone to one of these. But either way, that's weird. Do you have anything to plug, DJ?
We should have a Rose and Rejections out covering the Ultimatum. I just have no idea when it's going to be. Michelle's been sick, and just, we were late to getting it in general. But there hasn't been a new one recently, but hopefully soon we get an Ultimatum one in there so you can get our full, unadulterated Ultimatum thoughts. So that's about it. Find that all on the Pop Break Network and check out all their podcasts. They had a panel at San Diego Comic-Con. Pop Break did.
I saw.
Pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, check out all the good stuff they're doing. Popbreak.com. Diggins, what about you?
Nope. What about you, Nando?
Just usual videos and stuff. Got one on Comic-Con stuff. So like a lot of the stuff we haven't covered, like the Resident Evil trailer and like a bunch of the and the Scrooge Ebenezer trailer, which nice. Did we talk about that at all today? No. Yesterday, whenever we recorded this?
I don't think we did, but with Johnny Depp, no.
Well, I mean, you call him Johnny Depp. Me and the true fans, we call him the Master of Misfits. And he's back. Have you seen the trailer for this, Diggins? You know what I'm talking about?
I haven't watched the trailer. I saw that it was a thing. It was like, I don't need to watch that.
You should watch it. The trailer kind of goes like, he brought us Jack Sparrow and the Mad Hatter, and now the Master of Misfits returns. That's a yeah.
I didn't realize it was so Johnny Depp forward.
It is. And it's like also like returns from where? Oh, right. Like I feel like you just want people to kind of go, oh yeah, it's nothing weird about this. Mm-hmm. But
he's just kept being an actor, guys.
Yeah,
nothing weird has happened between them.
And it's but no, the trailer's like, remember that thing that happened to him very publicly did happen to him. Mm-hmm. Now he's playing Ebenezer Scrooge. Mm-hmm. And
awesome.
The other thing that's great in it is the title of, or the tagline of the poster is, before he was Scrooge, he was Ebenezer. Because the movie's named Ebenezer.
Wait a minute.
Which doesn't make any sense because it's just a Christmas Carol, which also has the origin of Ebenezer Scrooge in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it has a whole section that's flashbacks explaining why Scrooge is the way he is. That's part of the point of the story.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe this one's only those, but it's not, because it's all the rest of them. It's all the other stuff, too. You see all the other ghosts. It's by the guy that made Pearl. Remember Pearl? It was kind of interesting.
It's by Ty West?
It is by Ty West, yeah. Yeah, what is it? Widow's Bay's own, Ty West. And, don't know why he did it, but he did. And it's got a bunch of people in it that are famous, and you're like, come on, Tremel Tillman. You just got all the goodwill from the Spider-Man movie. Why are you going to burn it on this stupid thing? I don't know. I mean, probably money. There's probably a lot of money involved. But, yeah, anyway, I had a video on that. And then I have a video on X-Men stuff. There's an interesting episode of the X-Men cartoon this week. And Spider-Man and that Lantern show starts in like a couple weeks. That's really, really, really soon. We're going to have a lot of stuff.
Can't wait.
Very excited, yeah. So, until next week, I've been at Nando V Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Zippy by Day everywhere you go.
I'm at C Diggins exclusively on Bluesky.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.